Cameron Mon. Cameron, it won't be an easy one here tonight. We're on the road again. Seems like we've been doing this a lot, although we got a break from it last week with the homecoming game against Monticello, but now our 4th game on the road out of the first 5. And we're here in Decatur, St. Teresa High School, a 3-1 team, and definitely one of the better teams that we'll meet on our schedule this year, no doubt about it.
Yeah, likely the toughest game Clinton's had to date so far. St. Teresa had some troubles in their first game. They lost it to Illiopolis, but they've won their last 3 and certainly played well in those games and won a couple close games too, which shows that the youngsters that they have a lot of character and a lot of poise toward the end of the games, and you got to figure St. Teresa's usually pretty tough in football anyway, so it ought to be a very good game tonight, Larry.
Maroons finishing their pregame warm-up on the field right now as we greet you live on WHOW-FM and also with the video replay here on Clinton Cable TV Channel 7. And we watch the Maroons make their way across the field, and I think they're going to have a final pregame meeting, so to speak, beyond the end zone, down among the trees at the end of the field and so on, and talk things over before they come back out on the field here at St. Teresa to get this game underway in about 11 or 10 minutes from now. This St. Teresa team, a little bit hard to gauge because of the fact that they lost by such a big margin, at least on the score that we saw in that opener against Illiopolis, a team that has not gone on to do really great things since that ball game, Illiopolis. Yet they've come back and won their next 3 ball games against Pana, Shelbyville, and most recently last week down at Newton, overtime ball game that they won by 3 points. Obviously, they've got to be a good team, but they are a young team. They feature a lot of underclassmen that are some of their better ball players, and they'll be seeing action here tonight.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Davis for St. Teresa here earlier in the week, and he was telling me that he thinks that the team's improved a little bit every week of the season so far. Like you said, they did struggle apparently that first game, but they've come back and they've won a double overtime game, and I believe they beat Shelbyville by 1 point. So again, you know, St. Teresa's got a lot of character, and they'll do well tonight. It's their conference opener too. Clinton's already got their feet a little wet there playing Monticello, but it's a big game for St. Teresa. They want to get started well in the conference, and looking forward to do it tonight against Clinton.
One problem for the Maroons is the young man on the far side of the field that's making his way down the sideline to his team's huddle on the crutches that's coming right into view now here on TV. That's Jesse Johns. Understand that Jesse suffered a knee injury in the last ball game. A big important man on the offensive line for the Maroons, apparently not available for tonight's ball game. As you can see, he's not in uniform for tonight's ball game, so he'll be missed, but hopefully Casey Hicks and or also
Doug
Scott can fill in his place.
Yeah, the coaching staff's a little worried about Jesse's knee. That he's going to go have a doctor's appointment Monday afternoon, and they got to know for sure by then if he'll be able to play at all the rest of the season or not. The diagnosis so far is anywhere from he could be ready by the Sullivan game till he might not be ready to the playoffs, if at all, assuming Clinton makes the playoffs. But again, you know, Clinton, this is where the big numbers help. The program's got a lot of numbers, a lot of quality depth. Casey Hicks is a very big, strong junior, 245-pounder, and Doug Scott, he's a big guy too. So actually, Clinton's offensive line will get a little bigger here with Johns' absence.
All right, we'll give you more pregame information a little bit later on. We're going to take a break here and be back with more here on Clinton Cable TV Channel 7 and WHOW-FM shortly.
What name comes to mind when you think about conservative investing? Which investment company do you think of when you want personal service? Where can you find people who really care about your financial well-being? When it comes to investing, there's only one name you need to know: Edward D. Jones and Company.
And of course, the Bulldogs in their home blue jerseys with the orange pants, the blue and orange of Decatur St. Teresa. Ryan Conley and Matt Parson are both deep. They're standing at about the 5-6 yard line in their own territory, and here's the opening kickoff. That'll come down inside the 20, take a bounce, and fielded by Parson at the 12, across the 15, 20, looking for an opening, and brought down about the 26 yard line, where the Maroons will start there, 1st and 10 to get this ball game underway. Maroons enjoying the opportunity to have the ball first on offense when they can so far this year, and usually they move the ball pretty well in their opening drive. We'll see if they can hold true to that here in this ball game here tonight against St. Teresa. The starting offense, as we mentioned, the usual starting offense for the Maroons, with one possible exception. It looks like Casey Hicks is in there on the line in place of the injured Jesse Johns. On first down out of the I formation, it'll be Carter putting his head down and trying the middle and getting a yard or two. Not a very big opening for Josh Carter. Got very little yardage, but picked up a short 1 or 2 yards before Kurt Olson was in on the tackle. A gain of about 2 yards. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Maroons. Of course, the Maroons, a versatile offensive attack this year, both run and pass, but they know they've got to make the running attack go to have a chance to win this ball game here tonight. Wide receivers both ways. Again, the I formation. And they'll try the middle again. Parson ducking his head down, surrounded by tacklers, and only got a yard or two more, close to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and still a good 6 for the Maroons coming up.
I think it's significant, Larry, that they ran on their first 2 plays. I think they're saying that we have confidence in our line, especially the replacement for Jesse. And they got about 4 or 5 yards in those first 2 carries, but I think it's significant that the coaching staff gave them that vote of confidence.
The young sophomore quarterback who's done well all this year, Nate Sams at the controls, has him up to the line. Takes the football, takes the hand of the fullback, option keeper. He's hit hard, but gets the 1st down, and a couple yards extra. Took a hard blow that almost jarred that ball away, but somehow Nate held on to that football after that jarring blow from Shane Overrocker. And he fell forward for the 1st down and a couple extra yards out to the 38-yard line right in front of us. A 1st down for the Maroons.
No little wrinkle there. It looks like they pulled David, I believe that was David Limmel, pulled out onto the left side. And to lead the option, you don't see too many pulling guards on an option. It's just a different little wrinkle, but I liked it, and it got the yardage necessary for the 1st down.
A little different look in the backfield also, and Sams will give it off to Parson. Looking for an opening, cuts it back right, only got a yard before he swarmed under. This young Bulldog defense, which starts, 4 or 5 sophomores out there. Good pursuit that time and allowed very little yardage for the Maroons' Matt Parson.
Yeah, like the coaching staff has mentioned, they're very high on St. Teresa's sophomore class this year. It's the biggest class they have this season, and they got quite a few good athletes there, and a lot of Clinton coaches will attest to that also.
2nd and 9 for the Maroons. They're near the 38-yard line in their own territory as they approach midfield. 1 1st down on this drive so far. Here's Parson finding a little opening, but then met by the linebacker, Hinkle, and brought down after a couple of yards. Ryan Hinkle. Seems like there's always a Hinkle playing at St. Teresa. This is Ryan, who makes a good solid tackle on Parson, but pulls him down at the 41-yard line. Got 2 or 3 yards. 3rd down and still about 7 coming up for the Maroons. They're at the 41-yard line.
Let's see, they're on this side of the field toward the booth there. So let's see if they try to work an option going away, maybe to the open side of the field there. They have 2 wideouts over there.
2 wide to the right, as you said, I formation. Sam's back to pass, plenty of blocking, short pass to Parson. He's got to run for the 1st down, and he might have been stopped short. Had the momentum going. The good solid tackling made out there about the 46-yard line, pushed him back about a yard short of the 1st down, at least it would appear. We'll see what kind of spot he gets, but it still looks like he's at least a yard short of the 1st down, and Maroons with a decision to make here. And Sams is still in there. They're short of midfield, but it looks like the Maroons are going to go for it with about a yard and a half to go for the 1st down.
I think Clinton's very confident in their offensive abilities so far, so confident that they're going to force a timeout here by St. T to let the Bulldogs talk it over, and that could be significant later on in the half.
Could have been just a situation where they were going to come up to the line of scrimmage and try to pull St. Teresa off sides and use a timeout and then set up for the punt, but St. Teresa wasn't going to take any chances. They weren't ready, so they used a timeout here to stop the clock and make sure that they were set for whatever the Maroons were going to attempt to do in this situation. 8 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the 1st quarter of play. Timeout on the field briefly with no score. The Maroons have taken the opening kickoff, and they've moved it near midfield, about 4 yards short of the midfield stripe, where they have a decision to make here. 4th down and about a yard and a half to go for a 1st down. We have... I don't know if this is a luxury or not. It probably isn't, because we're not going to be able to talk to him too much. But some of the coaches, including Eldon Triesenberg with the headset, up here on top of the concession stand to our right. Coach, what are you calling? No, he's not going to tell us. I can't believe it.
I call Sam's quarterback sneak here. That seems to be a favorite play of theirs with about a yard or less.
Well, I tell you,
might be a quick count too.
He's done a good job running the football, but on some of those quarterback sneaks, he has a hard time getting a yard and a half, and that's about what they need. Out of the I formation, Herzog's in motion. Now he'll line up out here in the left. Everyone else tied on that line, and he's going to take a timeout. He was just trying to draw him across. It didn't work, and so we'll probably see Ben Nichols drop back here and boot one now.
Yeah, it looks like the punt unit might be coming on the field now. Good caller.
I'm sure that's, of course, what they were planning to do before St. Teresa used their timeout.
I think you need to credit St. Teresa's coaching staff there. I think Coach Davis may have recognized that Clinton, typically on their first drive on a 4th down, they're going to try that play if they're under 5 yards, and maybe Davis knew that from scouting the team and called his team over to warn them not to jump off sides.
Josh Wilkes appears to be the man who's going to drop deep for St. Teresa. He's already back inside his 25-yard line. We've got a bit of a breeze. It's in the face of Ben Nichols, coming out of the north, it looks like, from the American flag here at the south end of the football field. So Ben will be kicking into the wind, standing at about his own 34-yard line, awaiting the snap from center. Snaps right to him, so he has plenty of time to get that boot away. Good high kick, and fair catch is called for and made by Wilkes as he stumbles forward to about the 33-yard line. And that's where St. Teresa will have their first possession on offense. 1st and 10 at their own 33 is where they'll spot it. Not a bad punt by Nichols. Not a lot of distance on it, but it got the job done. And a good safe catch made by St. Teresa. They'll bring their offense on now for the first time in this ball game as we're about 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the ball game. They're quarterbacked by a junior, John Hunt, 155 pounds. They'll run out of the I formation here on first down, it appears. Stoneberg is the fullback, if we have it correctly, and he'll get the call right up the middle. Met immediately by, it's option to the right side. They got a man out here in the open. He breaks the tackle. He's into the Maroons, into the field, runs around another man. Carter will try to catch him from behind. Meyer giving chase, and they'll catch him just short of the goal line at about the 5. They faked me. I thought Stoneberg had the ball, but Shane Overrocker got the pitch around the right corner and took it all the way from his own 33 to the Maroon 5-yard line. He made a fake here near the 40-yard line of the Maroons that faked, I believe, Chad Herzog out of the play, and he was almost off to the races before he was caught from behind and brought down at the 5. So it's 1st and goal for St. Teresa. Their first play of the ball game puts them in great scoring position.
The fake by John Hunt there was the total key to that. I believe Stoneberg was tackled by 4 or 5 people,
including me. One wide receiver to the left side. I formation behind Hunt with the call. He'll keep it on the option this time and is stopped short of the goal line. He looked like he had a chance to get in there, but boy, he was hit solid. Adam Long came up, and Parson helped out on the tackle, and they made an abrupt stop on him around the 1.5-yard line. 2nd and goal will be coming up. They're going to push him back to about the 1.5, close to the 2-yard line is where they're going to say his forward progress was stopped. Another timeout on the field. They're going to need, Hunt's going to need a little equipment repair after he got that hard hit. Looked like the mouthpiece went sailing or something did there, and he's checking the helmet out before he rejoins his team in the huddle.
And Matt Parson leveled him on that play. Unfortunately, got down almost to the goal line, but a big hit there, and maybe that'll set the tone if Clinton can get a goal line stand going here.
Great scoring opportunity for St. Teresa. 2nd and goal from about the 1.5, we're going to call it. Stoneberg, 195-pound junior at the fullback. Overrocker, 170, and a sophomore at the tailback spot behind Hunt, the quarterback. Now he's set behind center. Has the football. Hands it off to the fullback and stopped immediately as he ran to the right side of the line. Parson came knifing through there, and I'm not sure exactly who made the initial hit on the play, but Stoneberg went down like a ton of bricks at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play. 3rd and goal coming up, and a couple nice defensive plays to start here in this goal line stand by the Maroons.
Yeah, 3 running plays by St. Teresa, and all 3 to the right side. So I don't know if that's a pattern that they intended to set, or if that's just how it's happened, but Clinton might want to watch the left side here.
Hunt's pretty good with his ball handling so far early in this ball game, it appears. Conceals that ball very well. This time he'll give tailback. He'll try the middle. He dives in. He's hit at the goal line, but he falls in for the touchdown. He was in midair when somebody put a shoulder pad on him, but Shane Overrocker dives in from a yard out, and St. Teresa takes an early lead on the Maroons. We'll call it a 1-yard run by Shane Overrocker as he dives over the middle to get it in the end zone. The score comes with 6:58 to go in the first quarter of play, and St. Teresa leads by a 6-0 score. Extra point attempt coming up here. And they'll try the boot for 1, it appears. Hunt's the holder on the play. Placement's down. The kick is a low line drive that's well to the right, no good. So the score remains 6-0 in favor of St. Teresa's. We'll take timeout. Again, 6:58 to go in quarter number 1. The kickoff to the Maroons is coming up.
Lewis, do you use a JTPA system to hire employees?
I sure do, Bill, and it's worked great for my company.
How's that?
Well, JTPA does all the pre-screening, testing, and evaluation. Saves me time and money, gives me more time to play golf.
How they work out for you?
They've been great, dependable workers.
You know, and I think it's a pretty good use of tax dollars, too, don't you?
I agree. Good shot.
To obtain the same quality workers for your business and receive financial incentives, call your area JTPA office.
Well, St. Teresa off to the good start over the Maroons after that initial run on the first play from scrimmage, put them in scoring position. They were able to capitalize on a 3rd and goal and punch it in there on Overrocker's run. So St. Teresa leads 6-0. And here's the kickoff again by St. Teresa, their 2nd of the ball game. A short kick that'll be taken by one of the up men. I believe that's Carter, who goes back to the 20, now 25, looking for an opening up the middle. Out to the 30-yard line, to maybe the 31, just across the 30 anyway, and the Maroons will have their second possession on offense, 1st and 10 from there. This offense has done a good job this year. We've been behind in earlier ball games, Olympia, Warrensburg, Latham, but the offense has been able to respond quickly for the Maroons defense in those games. We'll see if they can again tonight. From right about the 30, just across the 30-yard line, Nate Sams has him up to the line. A split backfield behind him. He'll give it to Josh Carter, the second man, and he gets a quick 4-5 to the right side. Out to about the 35-yard line. We'll give him 4. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Maroons at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, Sam's just faked the dive up the middle to Parson, and Carter came across the backfield and made a nice little carry at that. Carter hits the ball, hits the hole well, and got a nice 4-yard carry there.
It's an important drive for the Maroons. Like I said, they've responded in earlier games this year when they've gotten down. They need to respond here again. Parson will try the right side. Good hard running, got a couple of yards. Gang tackled on the play. They're keeping their eye closely on Matt Parson. What a surprise. There's no secret about his success that he's had this year running the football for the Maroons. He got a couple of yards. So instead of having a 3rd down and 6 or a 3rd down and 7, it's 3rd down and about 3 coming up for the Maroons. A little better situation this time.
Yeah, I think, like I said, Clinton has proven to be very successful when they can get to 3rd and 3. Or less, and they like to run the option out of this play here after a couple dives up the middle. Let's see if they do that here.
Power I formation this time. Carter will get the call up the middle and trying to squirt through, and he's short of the 1st down. That offensive line is struggling a little bit here, finding the openings for their backs, and he only got about a yard. 4th and 2, and we're short of our own 40-yard line. Looks like another punting situation coming up, although Nate Sam's still in there, awaiting the play coming in from the sideline. We're not going to try to draw him off sides again, are we?
You know, I don't think it's a bad play. Nothing's hurt.
You burn some timeouts up there.
Yeah, but again, if you can keep the drive going, it might be worth it in the end.
Boy, it's a gamble. Down 6-0 early in the 1st quarter. You got 4th and 2, and they're going to try to go for it quickly. Still pushing hard. Boy, this is going to be close.
Yeah,
what kind of spot did he get?
It's going to depend on the spot, and the guy down here toward our side doesn't have a very good spot.
Not a very good spot for him from this guy, but he's not the one that makes the final call.
I thought he made it a little farther than that, but...
Oh, boy, they're going to have to measure, and I don't know. It's very close, and he might not have made it.
From where I'm standing, he didn't.
This does not look very good for the Clinton Maroons, from our standpoint.
No, I think he's going to be about half a football length short.
Quarterback keeper by Sams, and he did not make it. Maroons tried to surprise him with a quick snap, a quick count snap. Brian Knudsen, the offensive coordinator for the Maroons, and you can see him stand over there with his arms crossed. He thought he had it, but just couldn't quite get it. Now, why'd we move the football there? It was on the other side of the 40.
That's a good point.
Not the end of the quarter, guys. You don't have to move it. Oh, well, whatever.
Well, I think that, the coaching staff saying that they have confidence the defense can bounce back after that first drive, which was pretty much just the option play. If they can cover that here, I think they can stop St. Teresa between the tackles. Let's see.
St. Teresa moved it quickly for a touchdown in their first possession. Hunt back in there at the controls with the second drive of the ball game. He'll go to the fullback and a couple of yards for Stoneberg up the middle. He got it inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line, a gain of maybe 2, but a short 2. 2nd and a long 8 coming up for the Bulldogs. They lead 6-0 over our Maroons. We're down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first quarter of play.
St. Teresa, it's obvious they like the option running game and the sprint out passing game, and I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but all 5 plays they've run have been on the right side of the line so far, which is the weak side for them.
Man in motion coming across from left to right. He'll set up on the right end now, tight end position. Again, they'll give it to the fullback. Meyer hanging on, but Stoneberg, good strong running, pulls away from him just enough to get it across the 35, inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line. A quick 5 yards on that play. They'll be faced with a 3rd down and a good 3 for the first down. They've got to get it just inside the 30 for a first down, and they're at about the 33-yard line. Hurley helped out on the stop after Meyer had slowed him up, but couldn't quite hold on to him to prevent him from picking up 5 yards on the play. Again out of the eye. John Hunt, one wide receiver to the right side. Hunt waiting to snap, has the football, gives it to the tailback this time. Big opening, first down yardage down inside the 30 to about the 26-25-yard line for Shane Overrocker. Overrocker, a good strong run, had a good opening on the left side of the line that time. And he's got it down to the 26-yard line before Bob Igins comes up from his safety spot to make the stop for the Maroons.
Nice little misdirection play by St. Teresa there. I'm not sure if Hunt maybe stumbled a little or not, but it looked like he may have got his feet crossed up anyway, but the play turned out fine for St. Teresa.
Yeah, it didn't bother them one bit. Jim Howley is wide to the left side. I believe this is Josh Wilkes wide to the right side. So 2 wideouts on this 1st and 10 play from the 26-yard line. Again, they'll try the tailback. Breaks a couple of tackles. Gets forward for a couple of yards before Overrocker's brought down on the play. Ben Helton came up to make the stop. Had help from Josh Carter, and Ben Nichols was also there. Those 3 combining to stop him after a gain of almost 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 near the 23-yard line. An official's timeout as Matt Parson, I believe, has an equipment problem and getting some attention from his teammate Ben Helton on that. Hopefully he can get that squared away in a moment and stay in the ball game. That guy is an important man on the football field, whether it be on the offensive side of things or defensive side of things for the Maroons.
Yeah, maybe one of the most important players for him. I think he's a leader by example with his all-out effort and hustle, and the players really respect him quite a bit, and he's just a great kid on top of everything else.
From the 23 of the Maroons, St. Teresa with a 6-0 lead and a 2nd and 7. Again from the I. Now let's send a man in motion from right to left. Maroons adjust defensively. Here's the snap. Fake to the fullback. Quarterback keep. Hunter on the option gets it inside the 20 to almost the 19-yard line. A gain of a couple more yards. He's just inside the 20. And 3rd down and about 4 now for the Bulldogs.
Clinton staff was telling me earlier this week that they thought Hunt reminded him a lot of St. Teresa's quarterback last year, Corey Evans. And yeah, to me, he looks the same. I mean, he runs a kind of a sneaky. He's got a good fake. He's got a good sneaky, quick first step, and a lot of similarities. I see him.
Evans had some quickness, though. He could really break them, and he did against us last year. They're going to try to pass on 3rd down. Got the man wide open. Catch is made. He jumps inside of a defender, and then Parson comes from behind to knock him out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. But a good throw and a good move by Josh Wilkes to fake his defender once he made the catch. Got the 1st down yardage and more, and St. Teresa looking very, very good here in the early going. They've got it inside the 10, and another 1st and goal situation for the Bulldogs as we go into the last minute and a half of the 1st quarter.
Hunt's a very efficient passer for St. Teresa, and right there he showed he has a pretty decent arm. And Clinton's going to have to, that's another thing Clinton's going to have to worry about now, it looks like.
Wideouts both ways at about the 9-yard line on 1st and goal. He'll give it to the fullback up the middle. Good power running inside the 5 to almost the 4-yard line by Brad Stoneberg. Maroons were hanging on to him, but not until he powered it inside the 5. Helton was there. Carter was there. But they're popping through the line pretty quick so far. It looks like the battle of the line is going the way of the Bulldogs. And here's a timeout taken by Chuck Nagel and the Clinton Maroons. We'll take a break also. A minute and 8 seconds to go in the 1st quarter of play. St. Teresa's knocking at the door again, and they own a 6-0 lead over the Maroons. Back with more in a moment.
Things are happening on Mr. Lincoln Square in downtown Clinton. Take a look at all the new stores: Gathering Place, Craze Ceramics and Gifts, Woodland Art Studio, as well as the familiar ones like Graves Stationaries, Buck Appliance, and Harris TV. Come downtown and fill all your needs, from appliances to cards to office supplies to clothing to insurance, pharmaceuticals, and that unique gift item. Shop downtown Clinton for fast, friendly service and competitive prices.
Well, I think Chuck Nagel, the Clinton Maroons head coach, sees the importance of this situation right here, obviously. Using the Maroons' 2nd time out of this 1st half to talk to his defensive team. It's 2nd and goal from just inside the 5-yard line for St. Teresa, and the Maroons don't want to go down by 2 touchdowns this early in the ball game if they can help it.
No, but I think it's important too. It doesn't appear that there's any panic on Clinton's part right here. Obviously, this is not the ideal situation, but again, things seem to be under control over there. There doesn't seem anyone losing their head. Let's see if the defense can again. Let's try a goal line stand here at 2nd and 4.
From near the 5-yard line on 2nd and goal, Hunt with the snap. He'll go to the tailback. Good opening on the left-hand side. He's going to walk in for the 5-yard touchdown run. What a big hole for Shane Overrocker. And the Maroons defense is having a heck of a time deciphering where the ball's going with this Bulldog offense. They lead now 12-0 over the Maroons with that touchdown run with a minute and 4 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter of play. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time this year the Maroons have been down
by 2 touchdowns. I believe you're right, Larry.
So now Overrocker and Stoneberg both have, Overrocker's got both touchdowns, my mistake. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. They missed the extra point kick the first time. And they'll try to the right side. Good blocking out front, but the Maroons right him out of bounds. Parson played off the block and help from Josh Carter, and on the sweep to the right side, they're able to run Overrocker out of bounds to prevent him from getting the conversion. So the Maroons remain down by a 12-0 score.
Adam Long did a good job there in the corner, too, helping string that play out. It appeared for a while that they might have Long isolated, but he was able to delay things enough to let Parson laterally move all the way across the field and where he could level the Overrocker there and keep the score 12-0.
Quick break here, a 12-0 lead for St. Teresa with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. Back with their kickoff in a moment.
Watkins Jewelry, 600 West Side Square in Clinton, would like to invite you to visit their store and see for yourself their fine selection of gold jewelry, watches, clocks, and diamond jewelry.
They haven't really broken any for substantial yardage. They could use one right here from the 18-yard line. Herzog will try it up the middle. Now tries to get outside, gets around the corner. Hey, maybe we're going to do it here. 30, 40, 45-yard line. That's a lot better than what we usually get on a kickoff return. So the Maroons will be out near midfield when they start this drive, 1st and 10.
Yeah, you jinxed them there, Larry. You said they couldn't do it, so they went ahead and did it.
It's a little boost. I'm trying to boost them a little bit.
I think that may be the thing they need. The field position hasn't been great so far, but this certainly gets them out up toward midfield, and I think maybe the offense can gamble a little more here, a situation like this.
This time they'll start from their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10. High backfield. And they fake to Parson, pop over the middle, wide open is Helton. He's got one man to beat, and that guy will make the tackle, but Helton makes the safe catch, and then goes down at the 38-yard line. Good defensive stick in the secondary by St. Teresa to prevent him from going all the way. And Helton and the Maroons have a first down on the prettily thrown pass. Is that a word by Nate Sams?
Well, that describes it accurately, I think. Sams had plenty of time in the pocket there. It was clear the linebackers were cheating up and let Helton go right by him, and he had, I hate to be Kevin Barlow, but he had one man to beat and just couldn't do it.
Could have been 6, but it wasn't. Parson on the first down run. Up the middle for about 5-6 yards. Good strong run up the middle. Just poking his way through the middle, and maybe this will give the Maroons a little bit of momentum. They're down to 31 seconds, and maybe time to run one more play. I would think so with 20 seconds to play here in the first period. 31-yard line. This will bring up a second down and about 4 for the Maroons.
Be ready for the horn here, Larry.
Yeah, I'm bracing myself. They'll get the play off. Carter will try the left side. He's got nowhere to go. Hinkle will polish him off. He may have gotten a yard to the 30. 3rd and 3 coming up in just a moment, and that's going to finish our first quarter of play. We'll take a break here on the football field. It's a good first quarter for St. Teresa. At the end of one quarter of play, they lead the Maroons 12-0.
And now from the home office in Clinton, Illinois, here are the top 10 reasons for shopping Dave's Food Basket. Number 10, people who like to wear sunglasses all the time don't mind the sparkling clean store and bright lighting. Number 9, two-way traffic is allowed.
It's an unfamiliar situation, trailing at the end of the first quarter of play by 2 touchdowns, 12-0, but still a long way to go in this ball game. And the Maroons trying to mount a little bit of offense. They're at the 30-yard line with a 3rd down and a short 3. And they'll try to run up the middle, and Parsons having to work hard for it. And I don't think he got it. He looked like he was about to get it, but then all of a sudden he was thrown back. And another decision for the Maroons to make. They're inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line, and you can bet the Maroons are going to go for it here in this situation with a 4th down and 1 coming up at about, really, they spot it closer to about the 28.5-yard line.
Yeah, no doubt 4-down territory here, especially down 12-0. I think the quicker Clinton can get back into this game is the better for them, and this will be a big play for them right here. This could be a big momentum swing if they can't make it.
Will they play it safe, or will they try a little surprise here on 4th and short? Play it safe. Sams, good momentum, good hard push, and he's got the first down. And their drive will stay alive for the Maroons. You never know about Brian Knudsen. He, with a 4th down and 1, even though you need the first down badly there, you never know. He might just have Nate throwing up there and hope that somebody's wide open and get a quick 6 on him. But play it safe, get the first down, keep it going, and that's the right call right there.
That's what I like about the offense. You never know what they're going to do, and they got good athletes at a lot of spots, and when you do that, you have options, and Sams is a good one.
From the 26 on first down, Sams wants to pass. He's under pressure, throws it over the middle. It's tipped in the air. They're going to intercept it. No, they dropped it. It tipped off the hands of Overrocker, I believe it was, and then was in the hands temporarily of one of their other defenders, Rodney Rhodes, who had a good chance at picking that one off, but he couldn't hang on to it. It goes incomplete. A break there for the Maroons. Nate forced that one a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he may have forced it a little bit, but he had a guy breathing down his neck, too, and he was backpedaling. He might have been trying to get rid of the ball. It's tough to get rid of without grounding, too. You got to keep that in mind, and I think that's what Nate was trying to do.
He's not throwing off balance. He's pretty deadly, but when he's off balance under pressure, it's scary sometimes. Here's a short pass to Parson. He's caught from behind. Nice defensive play out there in the left flat where he's caught from behind. Trying to double check and see who made the tackle out there. I believe it was Kurt Olson. Yes, it was. That's who they give credit to. And that was a good defensive play, staying with it and catching Parson from behind to drop him for a very short gain, maybe 2 yards. Maroons are inside the 25 and have a 3rd down and a long 8 to go for another 1st down. Split backfield this time. Sands fakes it one way, then he'll come back to Herzog the other way, and it's going to go nowhere. They read that one, swarmed in under, and they might have lost a yard on the play. Back to the 25-yard line, and 4th and 9 will be coming up for the Maroons to try to keep this drive alive. They're at the 25 of St. Teresa.
Yeah, well defense there by St. Teresa. Everyone stayed at home, and Herzog had nowhere to go. He's lucky he only lost one, it looks like.
Now, there was a lot of penetration by their defensive line in there. They were pouring through there, and were able to cut that one down in a hurry, short of the original line of scrimmage when that play started. A loss of a yard. Now we got an equipment problem there on Chad Herzog, but he's getting that squared away. So a temporary hold up in the ball game. We're early in the 2nd quarter. St. Teresa leads by a score of 12-0, and the Maroons need a 1st down to keep this drive alive. And they've got a 4th and 9 situation at the 25 of the Bulldogs.
In this formation here, look for Nichols to do a down and out here, and they're going to try to hit him.
Trips to the right side, sprint out right. Sam now he's going to run with the football, looking for the 1st down marker, but giving chase. And he goes down inside the inside the 15 at about the 14-yard line, and he has the 1st down by a couple of yards. Nate pump faked a couple of times and then put his head down, and boy, he had to hustle hard to beat the defense of the Bulldogs. And he got the 1st down and a couple extra, and that is a gutsy play by the sophomore quarterback of the Maroons.
Excellent call by the Clinton staff. They spread the field out. They used the wide side of the field, which fortunately was the right side. Gives Sams a better option to run or throw. He chose to run there and made a good run to get the 1st down.
Just inside the 15. Sams will hand it off. Here's Carter finding a little opening, but then Boyd shuts down in a hurry. A gain of a yard maybe to the 14-yard line. It looked like he might be open for a moment, and then boy, they shut it down in a hurry again, and only a gain of about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Maroons after the 1-yard run by Carter.
It may be a little early to say this, Larry, but I think St. Teresa's going to, I think they're telling Clinton to go ahead and beat us with the pass. Clinton's finding the running difficult here, so let's see if maybe they open up and try to do a little more rolling out with Sams here.
Sams will throw on 2nd down. Has time, short pass, he's got it to Nichols. Now Ben at the 10. 5, touchdown Maroons. And the Maroons are back within a touchdown of this ball game. They cut the deficit 12-6. On the pretty play, cutting across over the middle, Nichols from right to left, catching it in the open, and the big guy rambles into the end zone, pretty much untouched, and the Maroons are on the board. That's a 14-yard touchdown pass from Sams to Nichols, and the Maroons, as we said, within 6 now at 12-6.
It looks like they're going to go for the 2 here, and again, I like this call. You know, the one's the safe thing, but, you know, 12-8 is going to mentally seem a lot closer than, say, 12-7. How's that for a color?
Great analyzation there. Thank you, Cameron. Trips to the left side. One lone back is Parson in the backfield. Sams with the call. He's going to roll out a little bit left. Looking, being flushed out of the pocket, has to eat the football. No, he's still on his feet, throws it up for grabs, almost intercepted, incomplete. I don't know how he got a pass off there, but it comes up short for the conversion for the Maroons. And it'll remain a 12-6 ball game as we'll take time out here on the field at St. Teresa. The Maroons back within 6 with 9:02 to go before halftime. St. Teresa leads it 12-6. Back with more in a moment.
It's 1:47 on a Thursday afternoon, and you need to get to the bank. Why worry? The John Warner Bank lobby is open until 3 p.m. every day during the week.
Early in the 2nd quarter play, and lots of entertainment on the field here tonight again.
Yeah, I tell you what Clinton is going to have to do. I mean, it's pretty obvious now. They're going to have to throw the ball to win this game tonight, and it's proven that the pass is open when they've decided to go to it.
Jeremy Hinton with his first kickoff of the night after the Maroons touchdown. Low line drive kick that'll be taken, and on the run across the 20, right up the middle, big opening. He's into the clear, over Rocker, and then he's cut down at midfield. A saving tackle, and Jeremy Hinton was in on it to help out to keep that one from going a distance. A great return for St. Teresa, though. They're going to have great field position just across the 45, almost the 46-yard line in their own territory, 1st and 10. And boy, we got an ooh and ah out of the crowd there on that collision near midfield.
Yeah, Overrocker for a sophomore showed really nice speed there, really nice running ability. He saw that hole developing, 10, 15 yards before he got there, and he just hit it running. And that's a nice kickoff return by the 10th grader.
There's an important series for the Maroons defense now. They've been pushed around a lot on the field so far by St. Teresa's offense. See if they can shut them down here. 1st and 10 from their own 46 and a big hole right side. Penalty on the play. Behind the play is thrown, and that could come against St. Teresa. That's thrown in the vicinity of a block being made by one of their linemen. So we'll wait and see. Stoneberg was the ball carrier. Got about 6 yards on the play across midfield. But here's the official in just a moment to give us a sign. It is a hold against St. Teresa. So this one will come back. And that might be the kind of break that the Maroons defense needs here to help them out.
Well, I think what a penalty like that does is it takes St. Teresa out of its offense. I mean, they got a good passing game, but when you know they're going to use that passing game, I think you can defense it a little differently. They're most effective throwing the ball when they've run 3-4 options in a row and then try to hit you with that little sprint out pass. Now Clinton can feel back a little for the pass here.
Well, we'll see if it's effective in taking them out of their offense. It won't necessarily yet, because they've had a pretty good time running the football against the Maroons so far here in the early going, regardless of the situation. So it's 1st and 20 instead. Now they're back at their own 36 after the 10-yard holding penalty. And Hunt will take the hand off the first man and give to the second man, rambling forward across the 40 to the 41-yard line before Doug Scott makes the tackle on Shane Overrocker. He got about 5 of those penalty yards back. They'll have 2nd down and 15 coming up. One thing about their offense, the offensive line is making some pretty good sized holes in the Maroons defense there, and their line, and it's the linebackers and those secondary guys that are having to come up and make the tackles time after time after time.
Again, I think a lot of that's the option offense too. It's if run properly, option's tough to defend no matter who's running, I think.
Well, Hunt's done a good job directing that. Here he'll sprint out left and wants to throw. A little bit of pressure, gets the pass out there, threw it behind his man, and the guy trying to get back to it was Josh Wilkes, and his feet went out from under him as he tried to reach back for that pass, incomplete out near midfield. So now here's a 3rd down and 15 coming up for St. Teresa.
Nice play by Doug Scott for Clinton there. What he did was he cut Hunt off from getting to the sideline, made him stop and plant and throw, which may have been designed, but I got to think he didn't use all the field he wanted to use there.
7 minutes, 30 seconds to go before halftime. Decatur St. Teresa leads our Clinton Maroons. I had somebody tell me I wasn't saying that properly.
Maroons?
I was saying Maroons. Maroons.
Maroons.
Got to say Maroons. So
Okay.
Rick, I hope that's better. Maroons. 12-6 is our score. Hunt back to pass. Look out for the short screen pass here. Is it complete? No, the pass was short. Brian Knutson helping the official out there saying that's incomplete. I don't know if you can see that on TV or not, but the guy over there waving his arms around, and you could see the clipboard with the papers on it. The papers sailing through the air was Brian Knutson saying, hey, he didn't catch that, incomplete. He hit the ground right in front of Overrocker as he tried to field that short screen pass.
I don't think there's anyone in the high school more intense and possessed on game day than Brian Knutson.
Yeah, he's possessed, you're right. All right, it looks like St. Teresa forced to punt the football here. Stoneberg is back inside his own 30. Has the snap, gets that kick away. Good, deep kick. Chad Herzog doesn't field it cleanly. St. Teresa's got the football. Did he touch it or not? No. Woo! He did not touch the football. He did not touch the football. Well, Warrensburg didn't touch the ball in that ball game either. Gee, do you think the people here in St. Teresa don't believe that? It's down at about the 30-yard line. 30-yard line where the Maroons will have it 1st and 10.
His initial reaction was one that he did not touch the ball. That's what I'm going off of.
He didn't try to make an effort to tackle the man once he grabbed the ball.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I think your initial reaction is the most important thing there. But, you know, we'll see maybe on the replay.
It's a 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Maroons, and the pass is deflected in the air. Quick pass out in the left flat for Nichols, and a good defensive read broke up that pass and makes it incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. At their own 25, the Maroons have the ball with 6 minutes and 59 seconds on the clock before halftime, trailing by 6. A 12-6 ball game. St. Teresa scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter of play to get out to a 12-0 lead, but the Maroons have answered with 1, and now they have the football back again after their defense, aided by a holding penalty, was able to hold the St. Teresa offense in their most recent possession. They'll run it up the middle this time, and very little yards, still staying on his feet, though, and a good effort. I believe that's Carter. But, boy, he got hit several times and didn't get very much on it. They've got good pursuit out there. No, I don't think so.
That was Carter.
Yeah, that was Carter. Okay.
Josh Carter.
A gain of how much? I'm still waiting for him to spot it out there and see the sideline marker, how much it moves up. Only about a half yard, maybe a yard. 3rd and long coming up for the Maroons. 3rd and 9. You know, we talked about that Warrensburg game 2 weeks ago, what a hard-hitting ball game that was. I think we're seeing a lot of the same here tonight between these two teams again tonight, because this is about the 3rd helmet repair we've had to do on the football field after some pops out there. Maroons will have a 3rd down and 9 coming up. Let's see what the creative offense of Brian Knutson can come up with here to keep this drive moving deep in their own territory at their own 26-yard line. Nichols wide right, Herzog wide right, I formation. Sam sprinting out right, looking downfield. Does he have an open man? Going deep. Nichols is there, makes the catch. 40, 45-yard line, 1st down Maroons. Nice throw by Sams again. Might have been thrown just a little bit behind Nichols, but I tell you what, there was defenders out there. He had to thread the needle a little bit. And what a nice big target Ben Nichols makes. Ben cradles it in at the 40-yard line, gets it out to the 45-yard line, and a 1st down for the Maroons on the 3rd down pass and catch from Sams to Nichols.
Again, it's very apparent to me that Clinton's going to have to keep doing that until St. Teresa adjusts. It's there, it's open. They put 1 cornerback to guard 2 wide receivers on that play, and Nichols was wide open.
Parson will try to run again, running hard, giving it everything he's got, but they're still there to stop the run. They're not going to let the Maroons have anything on the ground. No gain.
51, Nickel 50.
Well, you would think that if they do have to adjust to the pass later on, that might spring some of the running game. But right now, boy, they've got it handled. Parson and Carter have been able to pick up very, very little yardage on the ground so far tonight. 2nd and 10 coming up. We're down to 5:29 to go before halftime. The Maroons with a 2nd and 10 at their own 45-yard line. After about a 20-yard pass play from their own 25 or 26-yard line out to the 45. I guess that was a 19-yard pickup for the 1st down a moment ago. Another pass over the middle. Nichols has it, 50-yard line. They're trying to pull him down. He stays on his feet, and he's very close to another 1st down at the 45-yard line. Ben's a big guy, and it took about 4 or 5 blue-shirted Bulldogs to pull him down after he made the catch. That's just a quick pop over the middle. Nice, easy pass play that time for the Maroons, and then Nichols did the rest going another 5 yards after the catch.
Not to sound like a broken record, but I think, or Kevin Barlow. I think I could have hit Ben on that pass play, and let's keep doing it until St. Teresa does something different. I think it'll be open over the middle, too, specifically. That'll be the most success Clinton will have.
Yeah, you're going on a limb there. Here's Parson finding a little bit of running room, puts his head down, stays on his feet, still pushing hard. Boy, I tell you what, you cannot argue with the effort that Matt Parson's giving again here tonight. Unfortunately, he's getting hit by so many guys, sometimes he finds himself going the wrong direction here. But he did get some positive yardage that time, almost 4 yards.
8 carries, 20 yards for Matt Parson to this point in the game, and that's certainly below par for him, but that's not his fault really either. As you can see, St. Teresa is really intent on stopping him, I think.
Well, he did get about 4 yards on that play, so the Maroons are to the 41 of the Bulldogs. They'll have 2nd down and 6 from the I formation. They will fake the pitch, option, and Sams goes down after a couple of yards gain. He looked like he slipped a little bit. Hope he's all right. Got hit up a little high once he slipped and went down, but he's all right. He pops right back up. Gets it inside the 40 and down to close to the 38-yard line. So here's a 3rd down and 4 for the Maroons coming up.
Clinton likes to run the option to the wide side of the field. They're in the middle of the field here, though, so it'd be interesting to see what kind of play calling we have here.
On 3rd and 4, try to get a couple cracks at it from here if they don't get it the first time. And we're under 4 minutes to go before halftime. Maroons are trailing the Bulldogs 12-6. Now it doesn't look like they're set on offense. Now lining up in the slot on the right side is Herzog. They're all set, double tight end formation. And Sams is going to get sacked for a loss. It was an option right, and pouring through there and dropping him for a loss was Shane Overrocker. Overrocker drops him all the way back to the 44-yard line. That's a big loss on the play. The Maroons had 3rd and 4, and I guess they're not going to get a couple cracks at it here. They will have to punt once they're pushed back to the 44-yard line. Not going to take any more chances here.
I think the punt's the wise move here. They got the wind at their back. They're down 6. Try to let the defense hold them here. Maybe even something good will happen and go into halftime like this.
It's a 4th and 9 situation, so if they want to fake here, they've got to get it inside to 35 to get a 1st down. St. Teresa not quite set for the punt. Now they send a man deep. Josh Wilkes drops back. Here's Nichols. He will punt the football. End over end kick that Wilkes will field at the 16-yard line. Looking for an opening up the middle. Now he goes to the far side of the field, gets a block out there, and then is tripped up as he gets it to the 25-yard line. St. Teresa will take over at their own 25 or 26. They're going to give them forward progress. 26-yard line, 1st and 10, and they have 2 minutes and 45 seconds to decide what they want to do here. Leading by a touchdown over the Maroons, 12-6. The way this one started out, it didn't look good for the Maroons, but now the offense has shown the ability to move the ball a little bit. Defense, with the help of a penalty last time, was able to hold St. Teresa, but they've got to do it one more time before we go to the locker room or out in the pasture out there someplace, for the Maroons anyway, at halftime. I don't think they go to the locker room here.
It's my first football game here, so I'm not sure where they go.
At least it's not raining like it was 2 years ago. Option, Hunt will pitch it. Got it to an open man out there. He's going to get around the corner now. Eichens comes up and makes the stop. And forward progress to the 35-yard line. That's a 9-yard gain.
Hold down by 24.
Overrocker gets a quick 9 on the option to the left side. A pitch delayed for a little bit, and Overrocker looked like he had a lot of clear sailing out front.
Second down.
They're going to spot it closer to the 34-yard line, so maybe second down and closer to 2 coming up for the Bulldogs at their own 34.
Nice pitch by Hunt there. He had Matt Parson bearing down on him, and that's a tough pitch, and he made it, and Overrocker had some room to run, and good pursuit by Clinton to keep him to only 9, actually. He had some running room.
Out of the I formation with one wide receiver each way. Will they try the middle? No, it's option to the other side. Overrocker faking his man, gets inside, gets a first down, then goes down hard as he gets across the 40-yard line. Here's another flag on a play, and this again could be another penalty coming up against St. Teresa.
Super late.
Really
super
late.
late.
End of the play.
Yeah, super late flag, which usually means clip.
Clip against St. Teresa. Thrown in the vicinity of Brad Stoneberg, who was the lead blocker on that play, but not necessarily at him.
If I'm not mistaken, they get the first down, though, don't they? It was after the.
Well, it depends upon when they rule the penalty occurred.
Well,
if the way the flag came in,
yeah,
it was pretty
I got to
late,
think they gave him the first down first.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's wait and see. You never know.
Well, maybe
Minute
not.
33 seconds to go before halftime. Pushes the ball back to the 23-yard line.
Okay.
Of course, it'll remain second down, but it's second down and 13. They had second down and 2. They did mark it off from the spot of the infraction. So that's why we have second down and about 13 coming up. Again, about their own 23-yard line now for St. Teresa. And again, a penalty might slow their efforts down here to try to get some more points on the board.
Minute 22 left in the half, so you got to think St. Teresa might think about just running out the clock here.
Here's Wilkes to the left side, another wide receiver to the far side, the right side of the field, and Howley. And he comes in motion, and then a flag that they get the play off in time.
It didn't seem like that took
That
very long. Illegal
Procedure
motion.
penalty, though. I'll take 5 more yards here.
We're getting to the point now where Clinton might want to consider stopping the clock here. I mean, you backed them up pretty far. Go for a block punt here if you can hold them a couple more plays.
Yeah, they have one timeout remaining that they could use. And now the clock's running again. Minute 10. I don't think they'll have enough time to stop the clock here. Force a turnover. That would be nice.
Well, the Maroons have 2 timeouts, don't they?
I think they've used 2. They used one
they've used 2? Okay.
Defense
Okay,
a
I'm
minute ago,
sorry.
which was their second one.
Okay.
They used one trying to pull them off sides one time, draw them off sides. 18-yard line. They'll try to run up the middle. And about 3 or 4 or 5 yards up the middle by Stoneberg. Gets it out to the 24-yard line. 45 seconds on the clock with the clock running. Maybe one more play. Well, now the Maroons will use a timeout, so you're thinking correctly here in this situation. Let's keep it here. Maroons thinking they've got the Bulldogs fairly deep. Might want to see if they can get the ball back one last crack here before we get to halftime.
Now go
12-6.
for a block punt. Nothing to lose, I think.
12-6 is the score in favor of Decatur St. Teresa. They scored on their opening possession on a short run, but that followed a long run on their initial play from scrimmage. That set it up. And Overrocker scored from 1 yard out. 6:58 to go in the first quarter of play. Then he scored on a 5-yard run with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. They missed the kick after the first touchdown. They tried for 2 after the second one, and the Maroons dropped them short. Then the Maroons scored with 7:02 to go in the second quarter of play as Nate Sams hit Ben Nichols cutting over the middle. 14-yard pass play that brought the Maroons back within 6, 12-6. They tried for a 2-point conversion, but didn't get it. And that's where we're at right now, with now 39 seconds on the clock. St. Teresa, a third, and what, 13, 12?
Looks like 12 from here, so you got to think they'll keep the ball on the ground. I would guess maybe a little option left here.
They're at their own 24-yard line. The Maroons would love to get the ball. One more shot here. They certainly want to keep St. Teresa from putting any more points on the board and at least be within 6 here at halftime. So got to be careful here. Hunt in there behind his center. Has him down with the football. They'll try to run up the middle. And again, to about the 31, 32-yard line, about a 5-6 yard gain by Brad Stoneberg. Keeps the clock running. And the Maroons have no timeouts remaining, so they can't stop it here. They're out to the 32-yard line in their own territory, and they have 4th and about 4. Almost 5.
They won't have to run a play here, so I don't suspect they will.
They're in no hurry at all.
No,
Can't blame them one bit.
Thanks.
They'll be able to go to the locker room at halftime with a 6-point halftime lead of 12-6. We're down to about 5 seconds to go.
Till the horn blast, Larry. Be ready.
Oh, I'm ready for it. We'll let the listeners out get to hear it. That is a loud horn. A horn in my ear. Halftime, St. Teresa leads the Maroons 12-6. Back with our halftime wrap-up for you in a moment.
Gibson Ace Hardware, your hometown store with national buying power. Friendly customer service.
140 pounds. He spends a lot of time on the field for the Clinton Maroons. Chad is one of the Maroons' leaders. He is motivated all the time on the field. Chad is the kind of player his team members look to for direction and reliability. As a wide receiver, it is essential that Chad be quick, consistent, and able to outsmart his opponent at all times. Coach Chuck Nagel says Chad is a strong link on the Maroon football team, with an ability to pull everyone together and focusing on the game.
Chad Herzog, senior captain. Chad was all-conference player last year. He's a little guy, but he's a good hitter, tough kid. He's one of our leaders, one of the kids we look to as far as being mentally ready for ball games.
Good luck, Chad, and continued success as a 1993 Clinton Maroon.
All right, we're at halftime here at Decatur, St. Teresa High School, in the backyard here at St. Teresa, so to speak. As far as football fields go around central Illinois, at least one that has probably the most trees around it, surrounding it. It's a nice setting back here at St. Teresa for high school football, the way it should be. And however, the scoreboard, as far as we're concerned, we're very prejudiced, is not the way it should be. The Maroons are trailing the St. Teresa Bulldogs by a touchdown, by a 12-6 margin. But all I can say is it could be a lot worse the way this game started out, Cameron. St. Teresa's offense was moving the ball rather handily. The Maroons were struggling a bit with their offense until they decided they were going to have to put the ball in the air, and that's what's gotten them back into the ball game. And as we go to the locker room here at halftime, I don't know about you, I'm concerned. However, certainly not all hope is lost. The way the Maroons were moving the ball and the defense was playing better, aided by some penalties by St. Teresa. This one's going to go down to the wire, but we still got a shot at this one and could go 5-0 still.
Well, I like the way Clinton's kept its poise throughout. There doesn't appear to be, I mean, it's difficult to say, 100 yards away, but it doesn't appear to be any panic anywhere. And you got to like that feeling. It's a confident feeling that comes from believing in yourself. I think the Maroons have it this season, and you start panicking when you're down 12-0, and all of a sudden it's 18-19-0, and then you're really in a hole. But Clinton stayed with it, made a few adjustments on defense, it appears. Aided by a couple penalties, we might add, but still, they stopped them is what mattered. And the offense got on track there a little bit, looked good in that one drive, and made some nice play calling. They did switch to the pass a little bit more, which I think is going to still be necessary. And if I'm St. Teresa, I think you make Clinton beat you with the pass. The Maroons have certainly proved they can beat teams with the run this year, and 4-0, make them try something different, see if they can do that just as well.
Well, Scott Davis, their head coach, has done a fine job the last several years here at St. Teresa with their football program. Of course, he coached them to an undefeated regular season last year. They lost a lot of good players from that team, but he's got a lot of good underclassmen, and he's really bringing them along nicely. From a very weak start in the first game, they're progressing nicely in 3 straight victories, and they're looking good here tonight. And there's no doubt about it. They've had their game plan certainly in mind and well in place with their players, and it's paying off for them right now as they lead the Maroons by a 12-6 score. For those of you watching the cable replay here, we can see the Clinton crowd on the far side of the field there, and I want to brag on this camera a little bit. I tell you, this is a super nice camera. They get some great shots out here, even with the lighting here at St. Teresa. I bet Phil can get some people's faces on there they can actually recognize here in the bleacher. He's going to zoom all the way across the field to get some shots of people sitting in the crowd, and Brian's going to look at the monitor here, and he's going to pick out some people he knows. Cameron, how about a look at the statistics here while we look at the Clinton crowd on the far side of the field here on TV? Go ahead.
Hey, no problem, Larry. Here we go. Rushing-wise, I haven't totaled these up yet, of course. I'm a little slumping here, but Josh Carter, 6 carries, 10 yards, 10 very hard-earned yards. Matt Parson got him with 8 carries for 20 yards. Again, a 5-yard gain was his biggest gain, so they've taken away Parson and Carter there. It's pretty obvious. Nate Sams, 6 carries, 20 yards, had that nice option run, that big run that got him the first down there. And Chad Herzog, 1 carry. I gave him no yards, might have been -1 yard. Passing wise, Sams has put the ball in the air 8 times. He's been successful 6 of those for 62 yards, including the 14-yard touchdown pass to Ben Nichols there in the second quarter. He's moved it around a little bit for his receivers. Parson has 2 catches for 8 yards. Ben Helton, that looks like 1 catch for 21 yards, that nice play over the middle. And Nichols has been very productive tonight, 3 catches, 43 yards. We go down to St. Teresa.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of numbers add up, at least rushing-wise, I'm sure, from this ball game.
Yeah, Stoneberg, 7 carries, 72 yards. Of course, 63 of those were on that first carry. So, since then, he's been 5 carries and about 9 yards. So they've done a better job stopping him. He has 2 touchdown runs, though, of 1 and 4 yards. Hunt, 2 carries, 7 yards, done a good job directing the option offense. And Stoneberg, 6 carries, 23 yards. Let's see, for St. T, passing-wise, the Hunt's 1 for 3 for the 10-yard throw to Wilkes, 1 catch, 10 yards, and that about wraps up the statistic look.
Quick look at the scoring plays in this ball game as you continue here on TV and looking at the crowd. Those bleachers were jam-packed, but it's halftime, and a lot of people have headed for the concession stand. So you're not, of course, seeing everybody that was in the stands during the course of this ball game right now. Scoring plays, St. Teresa, after stopping the Maroons offense, took the ball over and on that big running play that we mentioned, moved it inside the Maroons' 10-yard line for a 1st and goal, scored on I believe it was a 3rd down play, a 1-yard run by Overrocker with 6:58 to go in the first quarter of play to take a 6-0 lead. They tried to kick for the extra point, but it was no good, wide to the right. They got the ball back on their next possession. Again, the Maroons gave them great field position. The Maroons tried for a 4th down and 2 situation to go for the 1st down in their own territory at about their own 40-yard line, and were stopped about a half a ball short, maybe a length of a football short of getting the 1st down, and gave St. Teresa excellent field position at the 40. And they moved it right down the field, capped by a 5-yard run by Overrocker to get their 2nd touchdown. They run for the extra point attempt. That time the conversion was no good. 12-0 St. Teresa, and there was still 1 minute and 4 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. And we were thinking a little bit here, but the team didn't panic, and the Maroons offense was able to get on track with some passing plays. They scored with 7:02 to go before halftime on a 14-yard pass play over the middle to Ben Nichols from Nate Sams, right on the money. Ben rambled in the end zone for the touchdown. Maroons tried for a 2-point conversion, but Sams had trouble getting the pass off under a lot of pressure, and it dropped short of his intended receiver. And that's where we're at here at halftime. No more scoring the rest of the first half. 12-6, St. Teresa leads the Maroons here at halftime. We're going to take another break here and be back with more for you from Decatur St. Teresa shortly. This is Clinton Maroon football.
Walker Tire and Muffler Service offers complete on-the-farm tire.
For the Maroons, they've been aided by a couple of penalties, a holding on one series, and then the most recent series by St. Teresa, a clipping penalty that slowed down their last 2 drives and kept St. Teresa from moving the ball in for possible scores, or at least mounting some type of drive. They're going to have to do it here on their own again on this one in just a moment. Jeremy Hinton has the ball teed up at his own 40-yard line, and 12-6 St. Teresa, a 6-point lead here at halftime. Second half action about to begin. 2 men deep. Shane Overrocker is one, and looks like the other over there is Jim Howley, one of their wideouts on their offense. Low line drive kick that Howley will take at the 15, 20, 25-yard line up the middle, 30-yard line, and hit hard and brought down at the 31-yard line. Good solid hit by Doug Hammer of the Maroons to bring him down quickly at the 31. 1st and 10 for St. Teresa. Their option offense has been pretty successful during this first half of play. We'll see how the Maroons adjust and try to slow it down here in the 3rd quarter of play.
I think it's significant to note St. Teresa is going to the north against the wind. They've only thrown the ball 3 times tonight. So if I'm Clinton, I think you play the run here, maybe try to get them to throw the ball or just stop them on the run and then get the ball and start moving it through the air.
And has them up to the line. Sends a man in motion now from left to right. The Maroons defense adjusting to it. He'll give to the first man. Instead, he kept the football, and Ben Nichols didn't go for the fake like I did. Ben stayed right with him and put Hunt to the ground immediately for a loss on the play to the 29-yard line. A loss of 2. I tell you what, Hunt does a good job concealing that football as much as possible. But that time, Ben Nichols didn't go for the fake. He saw Hunt still had the football and immediately put him to the ground.
He fakes as well as anyone we've seen this year for certain. I mean, yeah. It's nice. It's very beautiful. I thought Stoneberg had the ball there. Fortunately, Ben Nichols didn't think that way, and that's what's important. Not what I think, but what Ben Nichols thinks.
Maroons making a defensive adjustment. I don't know if we had an equipment problem or what, but they are making a defensive adjustment, and Ross Wantland is into the ballgame, lining up at an end spot. I believe Tom Meyer's out. Tom's suffering from a foot injury, some turf toe, they're calling it. So he might be out because of that bothering him a little bit. Again, out of the I formation on 2nd and 12 now. They'll give it to the second man. A good hard hit on Overrocker, but he keeps it alive, still on his feet. The Maroons, though, swarm him under at the 30-yard line. This Maroons defense trying to pull the ball out of his hands, and certainly is playing much more aggressively here to start the third quarter play on the first two plays. They almost stopped him for a loss on the play, but Overrocker, even though he's a sophomore, is a talented running back, and he kept it alive and at least got a yard out of it back to the 30-yard line. 3rd and 11 coming up.
Interesting to note on that play, it looked like Clinton several times went for the strip. I don't know if that's something they talked about. That doesn't appear to be their style too often, but it looked like they were actually going for the ball that time. Maybe they thought they saw something in Overrocker's running stall.
Looks like they might be forced to pass here on 3rd and 11 from their own 30. Hunt takes the handoff to the tailback, rolls out right. Now wants to run with the football, cuts up the middle of the field, and he's chopped down after a gain of maybe 2 yards. Helton was there to cut him down. Help from Chad Herzog, who came up on the play. And might have had some more help on the play, but I saw Helton and Herzog for sure in on the tackle. A gain of a couple to the 32, but it's 4th down and still about 9 coming up. And it appears that St. Teresa will have to punt the football.
Helton and Herzog made the tackle, but Tommy Meyer made the play there. If he doesn't stay at home, that's a big gain for Hunt there. He was the only guy who stayed at home there. I saw the linebackers didn't know where the ball was going.
Stoneberg with the punt. Good deep kick again. Herzog's going to call for fair catch this time and does make the catch at the 38-yard line. Maroons offense will start there. 1st and 10 after the low line drive kick. 38-yard line in Maroons territory, 1st and 10 for this offense. Now, as we noted, to start this quarter, the Maroons will have the wind to their back and possibly a chance again for Nate Sands to air it out a little bit here and try to move the team down the field through the air if need be. They've had a tough time on the ground.
I think it's going to be important for the Maroons that they're going to at least, at worst, have to be 6 down going into this final quarter, and you don't want to get 2 touchdowns down going into the wind.
The old sprint out right, look downfield, well covered, but there he is. Nichols is open, makes the catch, now cuts it upfield, still on his feet, running hard. He's got a 1st down, a lot more, out across the 50 to the 47-yard line, and that Maroon crowd, Clinton Maroon crowd on the far side of the field, is come to life here. They are supporting their team. A lot of applause and screams coming from the far sideline as Nichols electrifies the crowd with the strong run out to the 46-yard line of St. Teresa in the 1st down. Boy, Ben makes a nice big target over the middle.
Yeah, that plays there. Again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's gonna be what wins the game tonight.
I think you like to sound like a broken record. Here's a short pass. Parsons in the clear. Gets around a man at the 40-yard line, stays on his feet. He's running out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Good hard running after the catch by Matt Parson, and he's very close to a Maroon 1st down. The 1st down marker's on the far side of the field, and as we look all the way across, it's very close, but he might be just a tad short. Will they bring the sticks all the way across and measure? They picked up the football, put it out in the hash mark, and they say, no, it's short. It'll be 2nd down and about a foot maybe for the 1st down.
Yeah, but again, I like 2nd and short plays. I mean, it seems you got the 1st down practically unless something goes wrong, so it's kind of a play to experiment around on here.
Helton's wide to the left side, Herzog to the right side. They'll run it up the middle. Carter's got the 1st down, still on his feet, running hard as they try to pull the ball out of his arms. He gets it to the 34-yard line and a 1st down. He got about 2.5 yards on that run, and that's enough for a 1st down, and they keep this opening drive for the Maroons in the 3rd quarter alive. We're only about almost 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter. The Maroons are trailing St. Teresa 12-6, but they're on a drive to the 34-yard line, 1st and 10.
2.5-yard run, but it's important because it shows St. Teresa still determined to stop that run.
Nichols and Herzog will both go wide to the left side. Parson and Carter, the backfield in the I formation. Under pressure. He's going to be sacked and dropped for a loss. Nate Sands caught from behind and dropped for a loss all the way back out to the 44-yard line. He didn't have much time to set up. He felt the pressure from behind by Kurt Olson, but he couldn't get away. And Olson drops him for a big loss on the play. He was looking out to the left in the vicinity of Nichols and or Herzog, but neither one were open, and he didn't have much time to throw it.
Not blocked there at all, and just had a clear shot at Sams. And it's a good thing, actually, Sams probably didn't have a fumble there on that play.
Big loss on the play. Now Nichols will come wide to the right side on 2nd down and about 19. Helton's wide to the left side. Carter's in motion in the backfield. They fake to Parson. Herzog come back across the other way, and they read it. They force him back inside, and no gain on the play, maybe a loss of a yard. And now the St. Teresa crowd here on the near side of the field starting to come alive again as they have dropped the Maroons now to a 3rd down and 20 situation coming up near the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs, it looks like. This will be a big call here for the Maroons offense. They've been able to come up with some big plays earlier, but they've got to get 20 on this one to keep this drive alive. They've got to get it inside the 24-yard line of St. Teresa. And again, they're at the 44, the Bulldogs, right now. 3 wide to the right side of the field, the near side.
Again, out of this formation, they like to hit Nichols on the down and out.
Sams has time, fires it over the middle, it's intercepted. Overrocker with the pick, he's at midfield, gets some blocking, caught from behind by Chad Herzog. And the Bulldogs have good field position after the interception. Shane Overrocker over the middle, makes the interception, returns it about 15 yards, and he's got it to the 45-yard line of the Maroons. And that's a momentum swinger. The Maroons had a drive going, but lost some yardage, and then the interception on the pass over the middle. Boy, he was right in the right spot to pick that one off pretty easily. Caught it right in the hands, up just above his head. I'm not even sure who the intended receiver was on that one, but it was right over the middle. It had a lot of zip on it. But Overrocker, the sophomore, came up with the interception. Now they have it 1st and 10 at the Maroons' 45-yard line. Option right. No, excuse me, the first man up the middle, Stoneberg. Boy, they did it to me again, and Stoneberg only got a yard or so. We'll see how much forward progress they give it. Maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up.
Looks like the Clinton defense here, to their credit, has done a much better job of taking away St. Teresa's options there on the option attack, and I think that'll prove to be critical here as the game wears on.
7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter of play. St. Teresa leads the Clinton Maroons 12-6. 2nd and 9 now for the Bulldogs. And they'll run out of the I formation. They have 2 wide receivers to the right side on this one. Hunt with the long call. Now has the football. He'll give it to the second man. Overrocker finds an opening left side. Trying to get around the corner, but a good stop by Chad Herzog, who hangs on down low and gets help on the play. But it was Herzog who made the initial stop on the play before the guys came along to polish him off. Guys like Kyle Bourne, for instance, was there to help out on the play.
Excellent play by Chad Herzog. Made the good read, and he was the guy Overrocker had to beat that play, and Overrocker couldn't beat him. Herzog got down around the ankles, and running backs don't go too far when they got someone hanging on those ankles.
That looked like it was open for a moment, but Herzog shut it down in a hurry, and this defense looks much better here to start the 3rd quarter play for the Maroons. 3rd and almost 10. They lost a half yard on that play. Hunt sprinting out right. Will he throw or will he run with it? He'll throw. He's got a man open down there, and a one-handed catch, but he dropped it. Oh, that would have been a great catch at about the 28-yard line by Jim Halley. He caught it with his left hand and tried to pull it in, and then it came loose near the far sideline, or that would have been a 1st down and a big gain and a big play for St. Teresa to convert.
Beautiful effort on Halley's part. I thought that ball was way over his head, and
I did too.
He might have had it for a second before he fumbled it.
Looked like he did. But he wasn't able to pull it all the way in and hang on to it with 2 hands. It sprung loose. Incomplete. Apparent punt coming up by St. Teresa. Low snap, but no pressure. And the Maroons get the kick away. And not Maroons, but Bulldogs. It'll take a good St. Teresa roll, but then go out of bounds as it takes a abrupt turn to the right. Out of bounds near the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Maroons. So the defense has certainly picked it up here in the 3rd quarter of play. They're shutting things down a lot better against the Bulldogs offense.
Clearly they made the adjustments. And one of the important things to do on the option is you got to take out the dive. That's pretty much plain and simple. Stoneberg doesn't have a lot of yards, but his threat in the 1st half certainly was there, and that freed Overrocker and Hunt to get to the outside. This time they've tried to go to Overrocker up the middle a little bit, and Clinton's taken it away.
See if the young sophomore quarterback for the Maroons can shake off that interception a moment ago. Nate Sams still at the controls. Gives it out to Parson. He's not going to find much of an opening up the middle and got very little gain. They forced him back inside. He was looking for a hole in the middle, but they forced him to stop right at the line of scrimmage, and he might have dove forward for a yard. 2nd and a long 9 coming up for the Maroons near the 21-yard line in their own territory. And Nate Sams, being forced to throw the football a lot here, has been pretty effective in this ball game, especially going to Ben Nichols. He'll probably be forced to do it again here. Nichols lines up at the tight end on the right-hand side. Helton on the left-hand side. They'll fake the handoff. Now he's looking over the middle. Throws it up in the air for Nichols. He almost made the running catch out at the 40-yard line, diving for the ball, but it comes up incomplete. He had to lead him that much because they had good coverage on Nichols, and Nichols almost came up with a catch, and you can't knock that throw by Nate Sams. That was about where it had to be to give Nichols any chance of catching it without any defense taking the play away.
Yeah, really, really nice play. Both Nichols and Herzog were behind all the defensive backs back there. I think Sams could have chosen either one and tried about the same pass. They were running very similar patterns. and just off the fingertips of Nichols, but a good effort by Ben diving for the ball.
3rd and 9 from their own 21. Sam's again, back to pass, throwing it out in the right flat. He's got Herzog down here. He makes the catch. First down, Maroons out of bounds, 45-yard line. A pretty throw to Herzog. Simple little curl pattern up the near sideline. And he read it all the way. He had to reach back a little bit and catch that one off the shoulder pads, but fortunately he stayed right with it, pulled it in, was knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That is about a 24-yard pickup, isn't it, Cameron? And that's a first down for the Maroons and a big 3rd down conversion on a 3rd and 9 for the Maroons. Gets them out near midfield, their own 45.
Again, Herzog's behind all the defensive backs there, and I think Clinton, it's still going to be open as often as Clinton wants to try that.
Sam's will throw in first down for Herzog again. He is hit as about the time the ball got there, and they say it's an incomplete pass. Players on both sides going for that ball, and the collision occurred about the time the ball got here and is ruled incomplete as Herzog had a good crack at catching that one about 10 yards downfield at the 45 of St. Teresa.
Yeah, that very well timed by the St. Teresa defender there. I thought he might have actually interfered him, but the refs are in a much better position to make that call, and there doesn't appear to be a lot of complaining on the Clinton sideline there, so it must have been a fairly good call.
2nd and 10 from their own 45 for the Maroons. Sam's under center. He will fake the handoff and out keep on the option. Cuts it upfield, spinning with the football. He's across midfield to the 49 of St. Teresa before he's thrown back. Maroons will have a 3rd down and about 5, maybe 4. They're going to give him forward progress to almost the 48-yard line, so he will have the Maroons in a 3rd down and 4 situation. As the play comes in from the sideline from Tom Meyer, who is back in the ball game. Tom had been out for a little bit, hampered by that foot injury, but he's hanging in there, playing tough.
I talked to Tom a little bit earlier this week. He said it was just a little turf toe. Basically, it's just a sprain. It's very painful. He was complaining it's not a real macho-sounding injury, but he said it hurts quite a bit.
Sam's playing to throw. Under a little pressure, has some time, though, and now he'll be sacked. They had him covered. They had the receivers covered. Nichols and Herzog just kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's a sack back inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line when Sam's finally had to eat the football. And now it's 4th down and long for the Maroons, and apparently they'll have to punt the football, but at least not inside their own 20 like it looked like they might have to a little bit earlier before they came up with a big pass play to Herzog.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't always appear positive here, but I like what Clinton's doing. They have to do it. St. Teresa's basically got 8 people on the line of scrimmage, and they're sending them run or pass. When that happens, you know, it's going to take the big play to beat them. And Clinton's come close to springing the big play a couple times. I don't know what's going on over here now. Looks like the...
Well, the situation is here. The coaching staff is very upset about the treatment of the towel that Nate Sams had when he was sacked on a play when the St. Teresa players came out of there waving the towel around like he played for the Atlanta Braves or something, was a fan for the Atlanta Braves. And the coaching staff not appreciative of that. Now the official's upset because they're hounding him. Here's a long punt by Nichols, gets over the head of the deep man. It's going to roll inside the 10. Will he go back and touch it? No, he won't. It'll be down by the Maroons' Jamie Queer at about the 7-yard line. What a boot by Ben Nichols from the 43-yard line.
We do have
down to the 7.
Penalty on the play around the middle of the field here. That's an unusual spot on a punt. Looks like we're going to have probably an illegal block, though. I mean, that's what it usually ends up being, unless it's an ineligible man, but I think that's too far down the field for an eligible man.
Low line drive kick, but it had enough height on it and certainly was sailing down the field that Josh Wilkes could not field it. It got over his head and took a great Clinton Maroon roll down to the 7 or 8-yard line. But what's the penalty going to do to the situation here?
On the punt, importantly, Ben got a nice spiral on the ball, and that enabled it to carry over. I believe it was that Wilkes' head. Was Wilkes the one back there? Right. And that's what helped Clinton there. And Wilkes made a nice decision not to try to pick up the ball. He had 2 Clinton defenders bearing down on him, and that would have only been trouble if he tried to pick up the ball.
This is a penalty coming
up
against St. Teresa. A hold, and this is going to put them very, very deep. And this is an opportunity the Maroons have been looking forward to, I guess, or hoping for. And they need to take advantage of it. 3:35 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Our score remains the same as it was at halftime. 12-6 in favor of Decatur St. Teresa. Now, maybe did they decline a penalty in this situation? I wasn't watching. I was.
If it's after the punt, they get the yardage backed up.
They're not marking off any yardage though.
They must have called it before Ben punted the ball.
So the ball will still be spotted at about the 7 or 8-yard line. Let's call it the 7-yard line at their own 7. St. Teresa 1st and 10. The Maroons defense needs to do it again here and get the ball back in good field position for the offense. Out of the I formation, Hunt with the long ball. They'll try to punch it out of there and quick up the middle for 4 or 5 yards out beyond the 10 to about the 12-yard line is Stoneberg. He got a quick 4, almost 5 yards on the play. Let's see how much yardage they give him on the spot. Second and a long 5, almost 6 coming out for the Bulldogs. It's a good first down play for them to get them away from that goal line and set them up with a second down and about 6. Clock inside 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs holding on to a 6-point lead here over the Maroons. One wide receiver wide to the right side. I formation in the backfield behind Hunt, Stoneberg, and Overrocker. Hunt with a long call, trying to draw the Maroons off sides, and now they did jump across there.
Well, there's also movement on St. Teresa's right side of the line, too. It's going to be... It's going to...
the officials.
Yeah.
They were pointing in the vicinity of Justin Brinkhotter, I believe, on the right end of that line, if I got the right number. And they're going to penalize, I think, the Maroons here. They do. I think Doug Scott jumped in there, and he said he was drawn off sides, but the officials didn't see it that way. It's going to give them a second down and very short now. Second down and about a yard to go at about the 17-yard line.
Second and 1.
That helps the Bulldogs out a lot. They've gotten really the shorter end of the stick as far as penalties so far in this ball game, but that's a good one in their favor. So it's on second and 1 now. Hunt will give it to Overrocker. Finds a little opening, and he looks like he might have the first down before he's brought down. They grabbed him down low. Parson was in that vicinity and also in on the tackle. Kyle Bourne was there. And that's enough for a first down. They got the 1 yard necessary to get the first down. First and 10 at the 17.5 or so for the Bulldogs. Getting late in our third quarter of play. Coming down close to the 2-minute mark to go into third now. Bulldogs still leading by a 12-6 margin. No scoring so far in the third quarter of play, and the Maroons will have the wind in their face in the fourth quarter. They were hoping maybe to put some points on the board here in the third. Boy, there's players all over the place.
That was St. Teresa that time, the right end over there. I can't catch the number, but he definitely fell forward.
That penalty will hurt them and their efforts to keep control of this football here. Maroons want to get the ball back before this period runs out and have the wind of their back at least one more time and gain good field position. So they need to stop them here and force them to punt. First and 15 coming up. It would be nice if we could come up with a Bulldog turnover here. Boy, there haven't been that many turnovers in our ball games so far this year. We played over 4.5 ball games, and really not that many turnovers by either team. Certainly the Maroons have done a good job taking care of the football this year. On first and 15, quarterback will keep it on the option right and didn't get anywhere. Immediately stopped on the play. Diving through is Ben Nichols to grab him around the ankles and drop Hunt for no gain on the play. Second and 15 coming up.
St. Teresa's, in the sense of ball control, playing very similar to the way Clinton does. Not a lot of penalties. Keep it on the ground, move it well, give it to a couple different guys, and no turnovers, which is the big thing. We haven't had a turnover here tonight, and I'm sorry, we did. Sam's interception, but been a very crisply played game by both teams.
And now the I formation on second and about 15 from the 18-yard line. No pitch, and Overrocker will try to find running room. Cuts it upfield, is tripped up as he gets across the 20 to the 23-yard line. The ball came loose, but he was down. It hit the ground, and he was down. And although the Maroons crowd cheers because they think they got a fumble recovery, it's simply a gain to the 23-yard line for Overrocker. That's a pretty good run, really.
Yeah, no doubt on that. No doubt the ground caused the fumble there. He was just going for a little extra yardage, and the ball didn't pop out until after it hit the ground.
Gain of almost 10 on the play, so it's third down and about 5. Big play here for both teams. Bulldogs want to keep their drive alive, and the Maroons want that football back one more time here in the third period, and they've only got 24 seconds left in the third. Long call. They'll pitch. Overrocker will try the right side, and he breaks it upfield, has the first down, still on his feet. He's going to go all the way. 40, 50. He's going all the way. I'm checking for flags, and I don't see any. 10-5, touchdown. That's a killer. That is a killer. 77-yard touchdown run by Shane Overrocker, and that is the first big play sprung by a Maroon opponent this year. There has been no big play touchdowns, long yardage pass, or running plays until that one there by Shane Overrocker, and that hurts a lot here with just seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. They're back up by 2 touchdowns. 7 seconds on the clock when this score occurs, and makes it an 18-6 lead for the Bulldogs. The Maroons will have their work cut out for them. You know, Overrocker picked up a 10 on the play before that to set up the third down and 5, and boy, he had good blocking, a big opening, and once he was about 10 yards upfield, you could tell he was going to go all the way. Nobody was going to catch him. They're going to go for 2 on the conversion. Hunt will drop back and loft it high for the left corner and almost caught there in the left corner as Herzog got a little tangled up with his man on the play down there defending Josh Wilkes, but it drops incomplete. 18-6 is the score. 7 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. We'll take a break here and be back with the kickoff by St. Teresa in just a moment.
Have declining interest rates forced you to take a pay cut? From 1990 to 1992, interest rates on 6-month CDs fell from 8% to less than 4%, cutting investors' income by more than half. Let Edward D. Jones & Company show you a variety of investments that offer a high degree of safety, attractive yields, and income that can increase over time. If you're ready for a raise, call Edward D. Jones & Company today.
The Warm Neighbors Fund pays heating bills for people in need. It also weatherizes homes, which helps reduce future heating bills. Warm Neighbors is administered by the Energy Assistance Foundation, a nonprofit organization formed in 1982 with a $250,000 donation from Illinois Power. Last year alone, your contributions and major funding from Illinois Power provided warmth for over 2,000 families. The Clinton Daily Journal brings hometown news to you Monday through Friday. If you haven't tried the Journal lately, pick up a copy and discover city council and school board news, who, what, where, and when, Farm Bureau, YMCA, and library features, up-to-the-minute sports coverage, high-impact classified ads, business and service guides, and much, much more. Call today, 935-3171, to subscribe to your hometown news.
Well, the Maroons earlier in this ball game, late in the first quarter of play, found themselves down by 2 touchdowns. They were able to answer and pull within 1. And now they're down by 2, and it's getting later and later in this ball game. Only 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And what a run by Overrocker, and what great blocking he had on front to break him, Cameron. Break that one open for him.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to note that the last couple plays, they sort of disdained the option and went to more of a little sweep left and sweep right, and it seemed to give Clinton some problems reading it.
Maroons need a good return here. One of the up men takes it. It's Chad Herzog trying to get around the corner, and he'll be stopped at the 30-yard line. No, he breaks away. He's still on his feet. Now he'll cut it up the middle and gets it out to the 35. A lot of running there for Herzog, and he got some return yardage out of it. The Maroons will have 1st and 10 at their own 35. You heard the horn. I certainly did. I'll be back with my hearing hopefully in just a moment as we take a break on the field. The Maroons trail the Bulldogs 18-6.
Hallmark. When you care enough, send the very best. 3 cards for a $3 promotion. Coupons available at the store. Offer good through October 31st. One-stop shopping and savings on all your office supply needs. Sales flyer available. Great bargains. New ideas to make your office more efficient. Locally owned and managed. Taking pride in living in Clinton. Supporting local organizations and programs such as this.
Larry Dooling along with Cameron Mond back here at St. Teresa High School. Well, the Maroons got their work cut out for them now. They get the wind in their face for the final 12 minutes of this ball game, and they're down by 2 touchdowns. They need 2 touchdowns. And then any old kind of conversion, try to pull this one out, providing they can hold St. Teresa down the rest of the way. This one's not out of reach, but they've got to put a drive together here and get some kind of points it would look like on this drive here to start the fourth quarter of play.
Well, I agree with that, Larry, but I also agree it's no time to panic. You don't want to, obviously Clinton's been forced a little bit out of their game plan, but you stick basically with what's worked so far, and I think you do what you do best, given what St. Teresa's given you, and see what happens with that. No time to panic yet.
2 wide receivers to the left side for the Maroons. In Nichols and Herzog out of the I formation. Sands wants to throw on 1st down. Looking for Herzog flying up the left sideline. He'll make the catch. Takes an immediate hard hit, but what a catch by Herzog as he takes a hard hit by the safety man on the play. But he held on to that football. Todd Newmeyer made the tackle on the play, and Chad's very slow getting up. But he has the Maroons into St. Teresa territory. And a 1st down at about the 47.5-yard line. Hopefully, just the wind knocked out of him as he took a real hard shot. Chad will have to take a little time here on the field to be attended to, and then hopefully he'll jog off and we'll see him later on.
Yeah, let's hope he's all right, because he did definitely get leveled by the St. Teresa safety on that play. Again, Herzog's consistently beat the corner that's been covering him tonight and getting behind him. That time the safety cheated over and met him just a little bit after the ball got there, but Chad, you got to give him a ton of credit for hanging on to that ball after that hit.
Yeah, a lot of players would have coughed up the football on that hit, but he was able to stay with it, hold on to it long enough to get the first down right after the catch, get the possession of the football, and give the Maroons a first down. I guess is what we're trying to say. And hopefully he'll pop up to his feet here very shortly, but I don't blame him. He's got to be hurting just a little bit after that solid hit. I tell you, credit to the St. Teresa defense in this ball game here tonight so far. They've taken Matt Parson out of the ball game basically, and that's what.
Told him, nah, why don't you sit this one out here.
Okay, I think we've lost our power momentarily, which has knocked us off the radio, and of course it knocked us off TV momentarily also. I'd like to know who shut off the power on us and had to knock us off. We'll keep with it here on TV for a moment. Trying to reestablish. It's an intercepted pass. Sands is intercepted on the play. Of course, I'm even more frustrated by the fact that we had our power knocked off momentarily, but the turnover will give the ball back to St. Teresa on the pass interception by St. Teresa's Jim Howley. A short pass that they read very well. Howley makes the interception on it. And St. Teresa thwarts the Maroons' offense here, takes over at the 48-yard line. 48-yard line in St. Teresa territory where the Bulldogs will take over. For those of you on TV, we're going to have to cut the power again just for a second here so we can reestablish with the radio. And try it again on the radio hookup. Reestablish first down play. Overrocker runs it up the middle and gets about 4 yards on the play. They're across midfield to the Maroons' 48-yard line or so.
Gain of 5.
Well, that was a big turnover. The Maroons, after that Herzog catch, we're trying to keep this drive alive, down by 2 touchdowns, and try to get back in this ball game. Now here early in the fourth quarter of play. St. Teresa with the interception has it in the Maroon territory with a second down. That was more like a 5-yard gain to the 46-yard line. So on second down, they'll pitch. Overrocker's got some running room, trying to get around the corner. Helton forcing it back inside, but he cuts it upfield. He's to the 40-yard line, to the 39-yard line, and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Overrocker to the 38.
Bulldogs have a first down at the 39-yard line. And the Maroons defense now is going to have to really knuckle down here to have any chance for the Maroons to pull this game out. Trailing by 2 touchdowns. 18-6. What do we have? About 10.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
I got Overrocker with 175 yards on just 14 carries. Of course, carries of 63 and 77 yards haven't hurt him any, but that's definitely going to be tough to overcome here.
We had our plug pulled momentarily here at St. Teresa. That's why we went off the air. No equipment problem on our part. They'll run it up the middle. The Bulldogs will. We'll tell you how they got the football in a moment, because it happened right before we, or right after we left the air, I believe. Stoneberg runs up the middle for a couple of yards. Somehow the power got shut off. It killed the cameras up here. It killed our radio equipment momentarily, and of course it knocked us off the air when that happened. And right after that happened, Nate Sams tried a short pass over the middle that was intercepted by the Bulldogs' Jim Howley. They intercepted and had it at the 48-yard line. They've gotten 1 first down, and they're to the Maroons' 37-yard line with a 2nd and 8 now. 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs at the 37 of the Maroons. That's how they got the football on the interception. They fake the handoff. Hunt wants to throw. Got a man out here in the right flat. Did he stay in bounds? He does. A nice catch by the fullback out of the backfield, Stoneberg. And he's got another, well, I guess he's a yard short of a first down, very close to a first down, inside the 30, almost to the 29-yard line. They'll give him just inside the 30-yard line, and he is about a half-yard short of a first down. Third down and about a half-yard, maybe a yard to go for a first down here. Just inside the 30 for the Bulldogs, and you can tell they're brimming with confidence now after getting that pass interception and getting this drive moving.
Nice pass and catch there by Hunt over to Stoneberg, who made a really nice acrobatic move on the sideline to get a foot in bounds.
Make sure he only had to keep 1 foot in bounds, and he was able to do so. And he gets the first down on the run up the middle. Ball squirted loose, but they're going to rule it down. And it should be enough for a first down for Stoneberg right up the middle. He's got it to the Maroon 27-yard line. First down, Bulldogs. They keep the ball in their possession, and time running low on the Maroons now. Not quite panic time, but down to 9:20 and trailing by 2 touchdowns, and St. Teresa moving into possible scoring position again. They're at the 27 of the Maroons with a 1st and 10. Going to change the down marker on the far sideline. It is first down, right? 1st and 10. Wide receivers both ways. Man goes in motion from right to left now. Hunt with the football. Gives it to the fullback, and Stoneberg, very little yardage that time up the middle. Tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Fell forward for a yard. Parson was there. Doug Scott helped out on the play after a gain of, well, they give him about 1. 2nd and 9 now for the Bulldogs as they approach the 25-yard line.
You got to figure St. Teresa's going to be a little more conservative here with things in their favor. 12-point lead, 8.5 minutes left. I think you're going to see Stoneberg relied on heavily here and just dives up the middle.
Got to credit the St. Teresa defense more than anything in this ball game. Here's the quarterback keeping. Hunt cutting it upfield. Made a nice cut. He's into the clear, and he may take it all the way. He's got 2 men to beat. He's at the 5. Touchdown. That's going to put it away for the Bulldogs. Hunt on a quarterback keeper. Went to the left side, then made a nice cut at about the 20-yard line and found it open, running the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown. That's a 26-yard touchdown run, and that one's going to break the back of the Maroons, I would think. Gives them a 24-6 lead now with 8:17 to play in the 4th quarter of play. And now Hunt's gotten into the scoring column. Well, we're just giving credit to their defense, but their offense has certainly done the job also with this option. They find concealment of the football, and the way they're able to make cuts, their speed has really hurt us out there in the football field.
Yeah. St. Teresa apparently has always had good sprint out games, good sprint out passing, and good option running, and that's what they used tonight to pull ahead here.
One lone back in the backfield. They'll have 3 receivers at the right side, but here's a penalty first before the snap of the football on the 2-point conversion try. So Overrocker has scored 3 touchdowns in this ball game, but now Hunt keeping the football, making a nice run. We also saw Ben Hilton come up limping after that play. We'll have to see if he's all right. Penalty against the Bulldogs will push him back 5 yards to the 8-yard line. So they'll try this conversion from the 8 now. The touchdown came with 8:17 to play in the 4th. The Bulldogs now have a 3-touchdown lead of 24-6. And both of these teams, the way we're going, are looking to go 4-1 on the year. Hunt now with the snap of the football. Rolling out right. Has time to throw the football. Short pop near the goal line, but he undershot his man at the goal line. And the pass goes incomplete as Josh Wilkes couldn't quite catch up with that one. Neither team's been able to convert after a touchdown, but St. Teresa's got 4 of them on the board compared to only 1 for the Maroons. 8:17 to go in the 4th quarter of play. The Maroons got their work cut out for them. They trail the Bulldogs 24-6.
Pain pills are a common thing with people who feel they have no place left to turn. Pills for your backaches, for that headache, pills for your sinuses. You've been to your doctor. He doesn't know what else to do, so you keep on taking pills. But pills don't have to be a part of your life, and neither does pain. Your backache or headache can be relieved without surgery and without drugs. At the Allen Chiropractic Health Clinic in Clinton, Dr. Harold Allen will diagnose the cause of your pain. And once you find the cause, you can usually find the cure. Pain is not normal. Something can be done about it. Call the Allen Chiropractic Health Clinic at 935-6842. We relieve pain.
Waiting for the 99-cent third of a pound double burger sale at Dairy Queen? Your time is now. Whenever we do this sale, we sell so many double burgers that we decided to give our friends and neighbors what they want. As long as you keep buying them, we'll keep selling them for 99 cents. That's our promise. We want to make you happy. And while you're visiting us at Dairy Queen, try our onion rings and bread and mushrooms and best desserts in town.
Ryan Connolly to the Clinton 30, stopped by 10. Dave Kosinski also in on the tackle. 55, Matt Nichols. 1st and 10 for the Maroons.
30-yard line for the Maroons. 1st and 10 after they kick off return. Not real good field position, could be a lot worse, but the Maroons need some points in a hurry to have any shot at pulling this one out now with only a little over 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Sands will give it off. Parson will try it again. He's been bottled up all night long and only gets about 3 yards out to the 33-yard line. Matt's running as hard as he has in any one of the first 5 games this year, but the holes just aren't there tonight against the Bulldogs. They've keyed on him, and they've shut him down well. Not much more you can say than that.
It's fairly evident, and now St. Teresa's got Clinton in the position they want him in, where St. Teresa can play the pass now, knowing that that's going to be about the only thing that can get Clinton back into this game.
2 touchdowns here in the second half, one late, very late in the 3rd quarter play, and one just a few minutes later in the 4th quarter play, have given them a 3-touchdown lead. Here's a pass caught, 1st down yardage. Herzog's back in there, makes a catch, 40, 50-yard line, hit hard, goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line. He takes another shot. This time he stays on his feet, bounces right back up on his feet, and he'll be fine. 40, almost the 44-yard line. Chad Herzog's having a great game tonight, catching that football and running. So
yeah, I got him for
some shots.
I got him for 3 receptions for 65 yards, and Nate Sams has got a lot of yards through the air here so far. It looks like he's got about 151 on 17 attempts.
So the Maroons are just inside the 45-yard line. Got to score quickly to have any shot at this one at all. And they've got a big lead to overcome now. St. Teresa up 24-6 at the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs. So the I formation as usual. Sams looking for blocking from his backs, rolling out right, firing deep downfield. Nichols is open, but he turned to the inside, and the ball was thrown to the outside, and Ben was wide open down near the 20-yard line. If he had been able to catch up with that football, I'm going to use Kevin Barlow's line. It could have been 6. And of course, we're very wishful. We wanted it to be 6 in a hurry for the Maroons.
Now, what St. Teresa done here tonight is fairly evident. They're telling Clinton to beat them deep. We're going to send 7, 8 guys up against Sams or the running attack, and we'll let you try to beat us with the pass. And Clinton's come close to hitting the big plays, but they haven't quite been able to pull off the big play yet.
2nd and 10 for the Maroons at the 45 of the Bulldogs. Sams straight back with pressure from behind, throwing for Herzog again, and that time that one drops well incomplete, and they hadn't covered that time. They were going for the deep one down the right sideline again to Herzog, and that one fell incomplete, well to the inside of the intended receiver, to the inside of the field. So it brings up 3rd down and 10 now for the Maroons. They've done a better job covering on Nichols, I guess, here in the second half of play. We haven't seen the Maroons go to Nichols over the middle like they did in the first half of play. They're up on the line. And a draw play to Carter. He's got some opening up the middle. Gets a flag thrown on the play also, and I suppose that'll come up against the Maroons on the block, on the play.
That's
going to hurt.
Nice read by linebacker Ryan Hinkle there. He's playing deep in the secondary, and he saw Carter had the draw.
Holding penalty against the Maroons will negate about a 7 or 8 yard gain on Josh Carter. Stops the clock with 6 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the ball game. And we'll bring the play back. Flag thrown in the vicinity of the 43-yard line. Maroons had a 3rd down and 10. The official will walk it off and bring it back out to the 47 of the Maroons, maybe the 48-yard line we'll call it. 10-yard penalty from where the infraction occurred, so it's 3rd down and 17 now for the Maroons.
Takes the ball back to the Maroon 48.
Haven't seen that 8:48 bootleg yet. I was hoping for that here in the second half, but I was also hoping it might give us a lead.
We'll have to save that for real last-second heroics.
Maybe. Sams back to pass. Has blocking out front. Here's the pressure. They hit him right the last second. The catch is made by Herzog, but only about a 5-yard gain on the play as they hit him hard after he makes the catch. 4th down. Of course, the Maroons have to go for it here. They're to the 49 of the Bulldogs after that catch. No, get them all the way to the 48, almost the 47.
Let's give the Clinton offensive line and running backs there a little credit. St. Teresa sent a lot of people there on the blitz, and it was picked up fairly well. I mean, Sam's got hit hard, but when there's that many guys coming, eventually he's going to get hit hard, and he had enough time to let Herzog get out there. Unfortunately, there were 2 guys around Chad Herzog, too.
Maroons will try to keep it alive. 4th and 13. 47-yard line of the Bulldogs. Got to get 13 yards to keep it alive. Sams back, being pressured, gets away. He throws and overshot his man Ben Helton, and might have been across the line of scrimmage when he threw the football. As he rolled out right, it goes incomplete. And the Bulldogs are going to get the ball back. And they will take over just short of midfield on downs. And the St. Teresa crowd giving their defense a hand. They've held down this Maroon offense, which has scored, 17, 30, 31 and 33 points in the first 4 games this year. They've held them down to 6 points here tonight, and credit to their defense. They have kept Matt Parson out of the ball game, really, totally. Kept him out of the picture. Of course, have controlled Carter also and forced the Maroons to pass, and with some success, but only 6 points on the board.
Yeah, they elected to take a big part of Clinton's offense, actually the major weapon out of their offense, and make them go to something else, and Clinton has got something to work on. Going into next week's game against Central Catholic.
Rocker up the middle, gets a quick 7 yards, but there's a flag on the play, and it's thrown in the vicinity where the Bulldogs are blocking, so this one may come back also. A hold is the preliminary signal, and there is the final word from the official. It is a holding penalty.
Tackler on the play was 44, Ben Helton.
Well, the Bulldogs have played very, very well here tonight. We, of course, were not able to see them in games prior to this one this year, but I have to believe that this has to be their best effort of the year. If they tell me that they've played better than this so far this season, then why did they lose to Iliopolis 42-14 in their opener? And why have they not won by more points in some of the earlier games? They played very, very well tonight. They're a young team, and they are gelling, and they're going to get nothing but better, I would imagine, during the course of this year. And they're in a great position to move in the playoffs and do some damage. The schedule looks favorable for them the rest of the way, I would think. Overrocker now, still on his feet, running hard. The Maroons really having a tough time making tackles, and here's another flag thrown on the play. Hopefully this is not a face mask against the Maroons. Thrown in the vicinity of where the tackle was made, so we'll have to wait and see on this one. It is a face mask. That's what I was afraid of. I didn't see it, but I just had a feeling when it was thrown in the vicinity of the tackle that it would go against the Maroons. So they've got a first down with the penalty. They were short of it on the run, but they'll get the first down yardage on the penalty, and they're in the Maroon territory now, all the way inside the 40, and they'll get them to the 34-yard line. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. 5:15 to play in the ball game. Maroons next week are back at home against Central Catholic, and they're going to have to regroup. Central Catholic this year, I believe with what, just one victory so far this year. They lost to Olympia 20-0, a team we beat 17-6. But that's not an instant win. We're really going to have to bounce back from this one and be ready to play football next Friday night at home. Overrocker slips and goes down and stopped for a loss on the play. He just kind of got bundled up behind his own blocker and found nowhere to go and slipped and went down on the turf. A loss of 2. Second and 12 coming up. What about Central Catholic, Cameron? This one really pretty much in the books with 4:40 to go. And the Maroons will be 4-1 going into that one. Certainly a game we think we can win, but we're going to have to play better football than we did here tonight.
Well, Clinton's going to have to respond. They're going to have to pick themselves up off the ground here and dust themselves off and forget this game and go ahead and concentrate on Central Catholic. You forget about Central Catholic, and they're certainly capable of putting a hurt on you, too. So it'll be interesting to see how Clinton reacts to this.
Matt Parsons still playing here, caught Overrocker from behind and spun him to the ground. A good solid tackle by Matt Parsons, the senior who hasn't quit even though his team trails by 3 touchdowns. Dropped him at the 39-yard line for another 2-yard loss. Obviously the Bulldogs wanting to keep control of this football and just run out the clock, keep the clock running. Overrocker comes out of there a little unhappy. I don't know what happened there on the tackle, but something he didn't like about the finish of that play, and they take him out. And they'll give some other people a chance for some playing time. A new tailback in the ball game for the Bulldogs. I believe that's Rodney Rhodes who steps in there at the tailback spot. 3rd and 14. They fake the handoff to Rhodes. Pump fake by Hunt. Now he throws a pass, and Carter on a deflection gets the interception. Went through the hands of the intended receiver. Now if they can break some type of run back here, he's back to the 42-yard line, and then gang tackled. Carter on a hand and a pass that deflected off the hands of the intended receiver, Justin Brickpotter of the Bulldogs, able to pick off that interception at about the 30-yard line, return it 12 yards, and the Maroons have the ball back here with 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the ball game.
Hunt had a nice pump fake there that got Ben Nichols up in the air, and it bought him a couple more seconds of time. He put a little too much pepper on that throw, though, and it got through the receiver's hands, and Carter heads up play to make that interception off the deflection.
First and 10 for the Maroons. Still the same starting offense in there. Passing situation. Fire downfield for Nichols. Oh, almost made the catch. The defender tried to make the interception. Went up high in the air. Got a little bit on it. Todd Niemeyer. But it got through his hands, and Ben Nichols running down the left sideline got a hand on it, but couldn't quite pull it in. If Ben had been able to catch that one, yes, Kevin Barlow, it would have been 6.
Super well thrown ball by Nate Sams. He had Nichols open for the quick 10-yard out for sure, but he decided let's go for the touchdown here, and timing was good, just off Nichols' fingertips.
Kevin Barlow's going to enjoy this tape, I think, next week. With many times as we refer to his saying. Here's a pass locked up high in the air. Nice adjustment by Herzog. Comes back to the football, makes the catch, and first down Maroons, and he goes out of bounds with it, stopping the clock with 3 minutes to go in the ball game at the 41-yard line of the Bulldogs. Nice adjustment. He had to turn and come back to the football that was lofted high in the air, and another nice catch by Chad Herzog. It'll be the 42-yard line, the line of scrimmage.
Same play. You got to. Chad Herzog is just going all out here. Same play where he got belted on a little earlier in this quarter. And you know, he's just hanging in there, making the tough catches. He's got 84 yards in receiving here.
The sophomore getting a workout with the arm. Nate Sams, another pass intended for Nichols, but that one underthrown, and he's not happy with that effort on that pass. Nate Sams isn't. But really, he has thrown the ball pretty well in this ball game. He's been picked off twice in this ball game on passes over the middle. But, you know, Nate again shows he can throw the football pretty well for just a sophomore.
Showing really fine touch here on the long, deep passes, on the sideline timing patterns. I mean, the previous play, Herzog 14-yard carry, but Sams threw that ball a long way and gave Herzog a chance to catch it. And it was he's shown nice touch on the long ball here tonight, I think.
The throw again, rolling out right. Short pass, caught by Parson. He's in the clear. 25, 20-yard line, running hard, knocked out of bounds. Stops the clock again inside the 20-yard line. You know, the Maroons not quitting. Time is running very short on them, but they're not quitting here. Nice pass that the defender went for the interception and almost got, but Parson was able to stay with it and make a nice catch along the right sideline, and then running an additional 15 yards or so to the 18-yard line, first and 10 at the 18 of the Bulldogs after Parson's catch and run.
Looks like Nate Sams is very likely going to go over the 200-yard passing mark here tonight. He's already got 195. Wow. Again, you know, only 6 points, that kind of hurts, but Clinton did what they had to do tonight, I think, and they just couldn't spring the big play.
And here, you know, we're throwing on every down, and you'd think we'd be able to catch them a little off guard with a run to Parson. No, sir, they snow us under immediately. That run is going absolutely nowhere, and a loss of 2 yards on the play.
11 carries, 24 yards for Matt, and believe me, he's earned all 24 of them here tonight, too. And they've shut down Josh Carter, too. He's only got 16 yards on 8 carries, and again, we're not blaming Clinton, but let's credit St. Teresa for determining to stop Clinton's run and then doing it. I think other teams this season have wanted to do that and just haven't been able to do it, and St. Teresa's been able to do it.
Their defenders jump and come across the line of scrimmage, so there's a 5-yard penalty, so that gets back the 2-yard loss plus an additional 3. They're at the 15-yard line of the Bulldogs. Second down and 7 now for the Maroons. Got to get it to the 8-yard line for a first down, but of course they want to get pay dirt here and get another touchdown on the board, trailing 24-6 to the Bulldogs.
You know, it may seem like a lost cause, but this is a very important series for Clinton. It lets them get some practice here.
Looking for Helton. It's intercepted in the end, or near the goal line. And will they give him the catch, or was it incomplete? It was broken up, almost intercepted, but broken up. It did come out of there and hit the turf. I thought that Todd Niemeyer was going to pick that one off. That ball thrown out in the left flat for Helton, but somehow it came out of there. Helton must have did everything he could do to keep that ball alive, and it brings up third down now.
Yeah, I think Ben turned defender there and maybe stripped the ball out of his arm or grabbed his arm. Good play by Ben on his part. Again, you know, it's important. I think Clinton can work on a lot of things here. With a minute 51 yet left, maybe they can use later in the season.
Sams again throwing. He's got Herzog near the goal line, makes the catch, and he is stopped just short of the goal line, a couple of yards. He's inside the 5 and down to about the 3-yard line as they're moving to the north goal. To our left, it's kind of hard to see how close he was to the goal line initially, but he's at about the 3-yard line. It's a first down, first and goal. The clock remains moving now here after they move the chains up. First and goal with a minute 43 to go. They'll put the clock in motion. Plenty of time for the Maroons to punch it in here. And Parson gets the call, tries the middle, pushes hard, and he's very close, but stopped apparently short. No sign from the officials yet. Short of the goal line. He's down to about a half-yard out. Maroons trying to hit double figures here. 24-6 is the Bulldog lead, and the Maroons hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback keeper by Sams, and a flag on the play. A flag on the play. The line judge didn't like what that one looked like, and which way is this going to go? Oh, I think it's going to go against the Maroons. They were trying to hurry it up there, and a procedure penalty against the Maroons will push them back out in the vicinity of the 5 or 6-yard line. A minute 16 to go in the ball game. Maroons threatening to put some points on the board before this one runs out, but a penalty will push them back and make it a little bit harder.
I think we might see an option right here and see if Clinton can break the plane of the goal line here with that.
Yeah, Sams has been our best attacker on the ground in this ball game. Not the most yardage, I'm sure, by your stats. From the 6-yard line, second and goal. It's got to be.
Actually not, but that's
really?
He's had some losses. He's had some losses.
Oh, you're counting those quarterback sacks.
Yeah.
All right. He will go right. Slipped a little bit, but keeps his feet. But he's going to be stopped short of the goal line. Well short. Third and goal will be coming up, and the Maroons have some timeouts they can use here, and they'll use a timeout here. He stumbled as he made his cut, and that really was what slowed it down. Plus, they had good pursuit. He only got about a yard. They're inside the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal from inside the 5 for the Maroons. They still have 2 more cracks, and I believe we still have 2 timeouts remaining. I believe that's our first timeout of the second half.
I don't recall one, but I haven't been writing them down either. Storyline of the game here: 32 carries for Clinton, 50 yards rushing.
That is it in a nutshell right there. Has to be. Yeah, their offense has done some good things against the Maroons defense, but their defense has won this ball game for them. Has put them into position and has shut down. You know, we had a lot of confidence in our offense. We had a good amount of confidence in our defense, but certainly more confidence, I think, in the offense from what we've seen earlier this year, because Warrensburg pushed us around and scored some points on us, but we were able to answer them consistently. But not tonight. Not tonight. St. Teresa's done the job defensively and has been able to do the job against our offense. So,
I think it's very important to credit St. Teresa here and not put blame on Clinton.
Right.
St. Teresa's, they had a game plan, obviously, and they've stuck to it. And, you know, even here late, when it's obvious Clinton's going to throw the ball, there's no way Matt Parsons going to run.
Again, this is still going to be one of the dominating programs in the conference the next several years with these young players they have. Pitch. Parsons got some running room, cuts it up the middle. He's fighting hard to get there, and he got it in the end zone. Matt Parsons punches it in the end zone here for the Maroons. They cut it to a 12-point difference now, but with only 39 seconds remaining in the ball game. We'll give him a 5-yard run for the touchdown. Makes it a 24-12 Bulldog lead over the Maroons, and a 2-point conversion attempt, I would imagine, coming up for the Maroons. Why not? Might as well go for the 2.
Well, again, you know, this is still good experience in the sense that, you know, you get a sense of trying to score late in a game, and you can do things for later in the season here.
Sams will fake to Parson, rolling out right, looking for a receiver. They got him all covered, so he's going to have to run. He'll be stopped well short of the goal line. Dropped all the way back to the 10-yard line. No conversion again. Neither team has been able to convert after a touchdown this entire ball game. Only 39 seconds remaining in the contest. The Maroons will kick off when we come back in a moment. They trail the Bulldogs 24-12.
At Monocle's Pizza, we're introducing the 2 Big Pizza Deal. Some deals give you 21 pieces, some 24. Monocle's 2 Big Deals gives you 64 pieces, all for $11.95. You get all of the traditional Monocle's quality spread over 2 large pizzas with 64 pieces for $11.95. Price is good for 1-topping pizzas. Additional toppings available at extra cost. Available carry-out only. Breadsticks and family salads also available for carry-out.
I just got to thinking I was going to again mention the fact that next Friday night's ball game is at home against Central Catholic, and then I just realized I'm not absolutely sure what time the game starts next week. I believe it is
I think it's 7:30. I believe it's 7:30, but to be honest with you, I have no idea. I think the only 7 o'clock games left are conference games now. I think it's 7:30.
7:30 will be on there, 7:15. Onside kick attempt by the Maroons, and they just let it roll and roll, and boy, there's
I think that ball's still loose down there.
I guess they had to wait for it to go 10 yards.
It'll take them 10-15 seconds to peel this pile off.
I think St. Teresa was able to handle it, cover it there at about their own 47-yard line.
Maroons got it.
Maroons got it. Who came up with that football?
I didn't see anyone bring it out. I thought I saw the ball swarm there at the last second, and no one really seemed to pay attention to it.
I'll be watching that one on the tube next week to see who came up with that recovery. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that we had a shot at it and we came up with the football.
Again, you know, it's you know, you lost the game, but there's things to be learned here, and
that's right.
And Clinton's getting some good experience here for maybe down the road.
Clock's running. Under 30 seconds to play in the ball game, but maybe a chance to run a couple of pass plays here. Sams has him set along the line. Brad Earl's in the ball game at one right end position. So they got a bunch of receivers out there. Lofted high in the air for Nichols, and they're going to get an interception out of it. A nice, easy center field catch made, and a return's going to happen on it, too, all the way out near midfield. Todd Niemeyer finally caught at midfield by the quarterback. Nate Sands intercepted for the 3rd time in this ball game. But a good learning experience for the sophomore. And that runs out about all the time on the clock. There's only 9 seconds remaining. They'll give him a return to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, and they'll give some of their backups, I would imagine, a little bit of playing time here with a few seconds remaining. Nope, the clock is running. They won't even have it snap the football here. That is it. A final score here from Decatur. The Maroons suffer their first loss of the year as they are defeated by the Bulldogs by a final score of 24-12. We'll come back and recap it for you in just a moment.
Are you paying too much in taxes? Is a tax increase in your future? Edward D. Jones and Company can show you how to protect your hard-earned income with insured tax-free bonds, tax-free mutual funds, tax-advantaged IRAs, and more. When you're ready for some tax relief, give us a call. Edward D. Jones and Company, member NYSE and SIPC.
Well, I tell you what, it's been a lot of fun through the first 4 games, and not that tonight's game wasn't fun, but the feeling in my stomach isn't as nice as what I've had after the first 4 ball games. I'm hungry for one thing, but also, you know, the taste of defeat isn't quite as good as the taste of victory. And the Bulldogs certainly deserved it. They outplayed the Maroons here tonight. They had a game plan. They were able to implement it and get the job done, and they outplayed the Maroons, and that's why they were the winners on the scoreboard here, 24-12. But we're a little over halfway through the season now, Cameron. And if we had said to Chuck Nagel before the season had started, Chuck, you get through Game 5, St. Teresa ball game, you're 4-1. Would you take that? What would you think his response would be? Sure, I'll take it. Yeah, I'd like to be 5-0, but 4-1, we'll take it. And this team's going to win some more ball games before it's over, and it's still in a good shape to make the playoffs. We're not out of it by any means.
Well, this is, you know, it's going to sound cliche-ish, but
Well,
Clinton's job right now is Central Catholic. They've lost this game. Nothing they'll do the rest of the season will bring back a W for this game. And much like the approach they've taken to the 4 victories, they've now lost the game, but, you know, they lost it. They won't play St. Teresa again unless they run into them in the playoffs somewhere down the line. So your focus now is on Central Catholic, and your focus now is going on 5-1. It looks like Chuck's got some words for his players down there as we're sitting there watching but you know, the program's very positive and upbeat right now, and you know, it wasn't a lack of hustle tonight. It wasn't mental errors. I think St. Teresa had a game plan, and it appeared to work, and that gives the Maroons something to work on. And believe me, the coaching staff for Clinton will turn this into a motivating experience, and I fully expect some spirited practices next week. And boy, if you're Central Catholic, you got to be going, oh, I don't know if I want to face Clinton next week. We'll see how Clinton bounces back. The character of the kids so far this season has shown that they will bounce back.
I know one team that's going to like the sounds of the score, and that's going to be the folks down at Sullivan. The Redskins, undefeated on the year, going into tonight's game at Monticello, and I would think surely they're going to win tonight against Monticello. You never know, but you would think that would be the case. And we have a matchup with them in 2 weeks after the Central Catholic game. We were all hoping to be undefeated when we got there. That's not going to be the case, so they certainly have to feel good about that, except they also have to play St. Teresa a little bit later on this year, so they're going to have to raise their concerns even more about the Bulldogs than they already had. So this conference race is going to be an interesting one also the rest of the way. How about a quick look at the stats? Just maybe hit a few highlights here. Certainly the running attack of the Maroons held down, but the passing offense racked up some yards for the Maroons, and on the other side of things, the Bulldogs did it on the ground. They had 3 running backs, especially Overrocker, and then Hunt, of course, with that touchdown run that racked up some yardage on the ground and put their points on the board.
Yeah, the Maroons, 33 carries, 54 yards. I don't care how you analyze this game. That's where it starts, right there. And again, that's St. Teresa defense. That's not necessarily Clinton right there. Individually, Josh Carter got 8 carries for 16 yards. Matt Parson, 13 hard carries for 29 yards, and the 4-yard touchdown run there at the end. Nate Sams, 10 carries, 9 yards. At times he got open, and he took a couple tough sacks too, and that hurt his yardage. And Chad Herzog, 2 carries, no yards. 28 pass attempts by Clinton, and certainly they don't want to do that, but they were forced to do it. They did what I think they had to do, and they just couldn't break the big play like we were saying all night. And again, the credit to St. Teresa's defense. Nate Sams, 15 completions in those 28 attempts. He did have 3 balls intercepted. One there at the end, though, was just pretty much a desperation try. Nate totaled 208 yards through the air, so I mean, that's, you know, statistics are a funny thing. That's a good thing, but you know, bottom line, 24-12 here. Receiving wise, Matt Parson, 3 catches, 18 yards. Ben Helton, 1 catch for 21 yards. Ben Nichols, 4 catches, 76 yards, and Chad Herzog had a whale of a game there on the offensive end. He had 6 catches, 97 yards, 1 incredible hit he absorbed, and he came back and made about 3 catches after that hit. Nice. That's really nice to see on Chad Herzog's part. It says something about the kind of football player he is.